You're in Braves country.
If it looks good, then start the throwing. But it's just kind of based on how. So Spencer Schwebach after his last start earlier today.
Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee. A is for Aaron, the Hammer and Hank, the real home run king. Take that to the bank. B is for Bobby. Cox never cowered. He'd give Blue quite an earful on his way to the showers. C is for Chipper. Don't call him Larry. He would show up in Shea, the Mets he would bury. D is for David. Justice he'd bring. A Game 6 solo brought Atlanta their ring. E is for Eddie Matthews. 512 bombs away. Lit skies from Boston to Milwaukee to the A. F is for Fred. McGriff dog-biting crime. A fire was lit the day he arrived. G is for Glavine. Southpaw winds and kicks. Changing speeds east and west. A gem in Game 6. H is for Harry and his brother George Wright. The father of baseball, Boston pennants in flight. I is for inning, ending double play. Riley to Ozzie to Olsen all day. J is for Jones. Andrew let her fly. And his gloves in center is where singles would die. K is for strikeouts. A plenty from Strider. The quads in the stash, getting swings from that slider. L is for Lopez. Javi to B-Mac. Travis and Smurf, we've been lucky to see that. M is for Mad Dog. He won 355. Could swat flies with the changeup and still bust you inside. N is for Necro. He got to the hall by bending and knuckling and floating that ball. O is for Otis. Old Nixon could fly. The catch at the wall baffled our eyes. P's still for Peterson. We were all rockin' pearls. With Eddie and Jorge, we were out of this world. Q is a quandary for why Dale is not in. Murphy MVPs again and again. R is for ranking. The top pitcher's lore. Remember Kid Nichols, 107 WAR. S is for Smoltzy. The big three in the hall. When the game's on the line, you give John the ball. T is for Tyler. Matzik and the gift of 2021, the entire night shift. U is for Chavez, but we say Uncle Jesse. The frames, the release, kept the batters guessing. V is Van Weeren. Skip Carey 2. Don Ernie Joe, the tales from the booth. W is Warren. Spawn Johnny Sane. They'd ride him in Boston and then pray for rain. X is Mazzoni. Yeah, X marked the spot. Leo rocked next to Bobby, and his pitchers stayed hot. Why it makes us feel young. The game's main appeal. Chopping through the battery, there's no better feel. Z is for Zip Boom Bam, Ramalama Ding Dong. Throughout the summer, we sing that song. From AJ to eyeglasses and a hell of a pen. Mad Max, Uncle Charlie, win after win. A cannon from short, and RC you later. Acuna Matata, there is no one greater. Though you can't fit them all when you just A to Z. Think of your favorites in the rafters we see. I started with 3, then 10, 25, 47, 31, and of course 29. Let's not forget 21, 41, 35, the great 44, or 755, and old number 6, who led his great teams. The pennants were flying. It felt like a dream. From Boston to Milwaukee to Atlanta's TBS, a family, a tradition, Braves Country's the best. Lineup for Braves Country by D.M. McGee.
out our damn next broadcast.
Drink like
We have
Barry's singing Daryl.
These are going to the World Series.
You do. It's entertainment, something you watch, and it's a shared experience, something you talk about and read about. But you can apply those same three.
Made green apples. Someday the Chicago Cubs are going to be in the World Series.
A little bouncer slowly toward Bryant. He will glove it in front of Rizzo. It's in time, and the Chicago Cubs win the World Series. Cubs win! What a lucky break! The good Lord wants the Cubs to win!
How can you not be romantic about baseball?
If baseball is about caring, about loyalty and rivalry.
Braves fans are on their feet hoping for some kind of a bleeder or a seeing-eye single. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball hit high and deep down the right field line. It's going back, back, back. Is it fair? Is it zip, boom, bam, it's gone! Ram-a-lam, ding dong, a 3-run shot, and your Atlanta Braves have taken a 1-run lead. She's gone, baby!
There's a very peaceful thing. It was created and played in pastures and meadows. There's grass, there's outdoors, there's everything that people thought was American and feel about America you get in a ballpark. And it's the wonder of walking through that dark tunnel and seeing a huge open space where men play the little boy's game.
I believe in the Church of Baseball. I've tried all the major religions and most of the minor ones. I know things. For instance, there are 108 beads in a Catholic rosary and there are 108 stitches in a baseball. I prefer metaphysics to theology. You see, there's no guilt in baseball, and it's never boring. It's a long season and you gotta trust it. I've tried them all, I really have. And the only church that truly feeds the soul day in, day out is the Church of Baseball.
Swung line drive left field. 1 run is in. Here comes Reed. Here's the throw to the plate. He is safe.
You're in Braves country. If there's a bigger thing going on right now, I don't know what it is. We're down to 1 strike here. Gurriel, the last hope for the Houston Astros. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, bounced over to Dansby. Dansby fires it over to Forrest. And here comes the dog pile. Fire the cannons in the battery. Do the chop all throughout Braves country. Pop that top. Your Atlanta Braves have won it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We direct your attention now to home plate.
Please remain standing. We call your attention to our bands here today. They will be jointly directed. And now, another fixture. Our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose white stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare bombs bursting in air.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to introduce today's teams as participants in this historic game.
Keep playing like this, will be the laughing stock of the league.
All right, boys, let's get back to basics. This is a baseball. The object of the game is to keep the baseball within the confines of the...
You're in Braves country.
Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA. Good afternoon, good evening, Braves fans. Got some news to pass along to you. Number one, I'm sure you've already read it on the screen, is that Spencer Schwellenbach is heading to the IL. And the expectation is that he will be back in September, with Chris Sale going on the 60-day IL, not eligible until August 19th at the very earliest. That means the Braves are down for the season, if you're counting right now. Ronaldo Lopez, gone. We haven't heard a peep about him. I'm assuming he's gonzo for the entire 2025 season. A.J. Smith-Shawver, gone. We'll see him in 2027. Chris Sale, gone. We'll see him hopefully in August. Schwellenbach, gone. We'll see him hopefully in September. The list is getting so long it's not even worth bringing up anymore. But here's the other stuff that you may have missed, because all that kind of got swept under the rug after the Schwellenbach news. I don't think a lot of people paid attention to the other stuff that took place. So Alex Verdugo was DFA'd. We were right on that. If you remember, last couple weeks, been telling y'all it was not going to be Fairchild. It was going to be Verdugo, because he gave you nothing. His bat sucks. His defense is mid at best, and he's a so-so base runner. So Fairchild stays to live to fight another day. We'll see how long he stays if the Braves make any moves here in the near future. But the other thing that I probably went under the radar for most of y'all is that Atlanta returned Daysbel Hernandez from the rehab assignment and optioned Kevin Herget to AAA, which we knew he wasn't lasting. And then also they recalled Austin Cox because of Spencer Schwellenbach's IL. They have not announced who is going to take the ball yet on Schwellenbach's day. They could be in the middle of trying to do something in the background, or they could just promote someone and give like a Hurston Waldrop a spot start until they figure out where they're at as we head to the All-Star break. So this really puts a wrench into the whole damn thing, because we were hoping to get 2 more rounds of Schwellenbach, Strider, and Grant Holmes before you hit the All-Star break, and instead we're going to be scrounging. I mean, instantly, Grant Holmes becomes your number 2 starter. Grant Holmes has done a fine job, but he's not a number 2 starter, so that's what we're dealing with. Here's the post-game last night with Brian Snitker. Figure most of y'all didn't get a chance to listen to it, but just taking a listen to the way he talks about expecting it to turn around. I mean, it's like we're not planning on doing anything. We're just going to sit and hope and wait. And this is why Braves fans have been frustrated all year long.
He's done a great job. I mean, how he's kind of taken to the starting role and making adjustments, you know, his pitch mix and things like that, and the durability. It's a lot of really good things.
How tough is it just to see 2 of his great starts just go to waste here?
No, it's tough. You know, it seems like we're talking about this way too much. But I don't know.
Maybe a better question is, you know, you're going to stay optimistic about this offense. I mean,
Yeah.
is there anything that you can latch on to give you optimism?
Well, the biggest thing is we got some guys that have done it before, and you just hope they rediscover it again and do what, you know, I always allude to the back of the baseball card. We had a bunch of guys that have that, and a good one. Just hoping at some point it clicks and they get it going.
Tonight was kind of a struggle, but where you not least expect it with Acuna striking out. Michael got that leadoff triple in that inning. Didn't
No, it's. I think we had second and third, nobody out the other day, and couldn't get a run across. And you know, in a game like this, that's a big run, obviously. Yeah, I'm. You know, we're scrambling the lineup. We're trying. I feel like I'm trying to do different things, and it's just not working.
With Marcel, Jeff was talking to him, or George afterwards.
Yeah, he was cramping up. He had a wrap on his leg, and I think it might have been too tight, and so I think that was just kind of gigged him a little bit. But it wasn't anything that he shouldn't be good tomorrow. I know it kind of grabbed him coming out of the box, I think, or maybe during the pitch. So, like I told him, so you're only going to hit one more time. If you get on, we're going to run for you anyway. So, but they didn't think of, you know, anything to be too worried about.
Do you feel like it's a mental thing with this offense? I know Seitzer said he felt it was between the ears a little bit.
Well, no, it's this whole game is that. I'm telling you, this is a, you know, it doesn't profile like, but this is a mental game, and all of it, you know. So yeah, it's about confidence and feel, and you know, I think we break, you know, we kind of get into the probably overwhelm ourselves with mechanics and video and all that kind of stuff. You know, we've made it a really mental game, I think, in the industry. You know, they didn't have all this information, they didn't have all the video and whatever, and those guys put up unbelievable numbers and made it to the Hall of Fame. But now we're kind of overanalyzing everything, and I do. This has been a mental game from the origination of it, and that's why you have such, you know, why I know I do have such respect for those guys that play it at such an elite level for so long.
Speaking of the mental game, you have Yerkes and Profar coming back tomorrow. How do you expect that to impact the mental game?
Well, I think, you know what, I kind of look at it like in thinking he's going to be good for our lineup. You know, it's going to be an impactful switch hitter in the middle of our lineup, and, you know, I feel good about getting him back and putting him in there. You know, hopefully he can spark us and do something to help us, you know, get things going.
All right, while he sits around and waits, we're going to get ready for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Let's get it, Braves Country. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom.
On a beer? 7 o'clock in the morning. Scotch?
Hey, howdy, hi, and how the hell are you? Pull up an armchair, girls and boys, and join us for Braves Country Baseball. You're listening live, and the scene is Truist Park in Atlanta, Georgia. And we're set to bring you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Hi, I'm Mac McGee. Here's your starting lineups for today's action. Leading off and playing shortstop for the Los Angeles Angels, Zach Nato, 12 home runs, 29 RBI, 13 stolen bases, batting .268. Batting second, playing first, Nolan Schanuel, 7 home runs, 32 RBI, 3 stolen bases, batting .273. Designated hitter batting third, Mike Trout. 13 home runs, 31 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .230. Batting cleanup and in left field, Taylor Ward. 20 home runs, 57 RBI, 1 stolen base, batting .217. Batting fifth and in center field, Joe Adell. 18 home runs, 44 RBI, 3 stolen bases, batting .243. Batting sixth and in right field, Jorge Soler. 8 home runs, 28 RBI, a .209 average. Batting seventh, behind home plate, in Truist Park for the first time in a long time, it's Travis d'Arnaud. He has 4 home runs, 12 RBI, a .218 average. Batting eighth, Luis Rengifo. He's playing third. 4 home runs, 20 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .233. And Christian Moore is batting ninth and playing second. He has 3 home runs, 8 RBI, batting .189. On the mound for the Los Angeles Angels, it's Yusei Kikuchi. He's 3-6 with a .279 ERA, a .137 WHIP, 96 innings, 99 strikeouts, 88 hits allowed, 44 walks, 11 home runs served. He'll be going head-to-head with the Fountain of Youth. Didier Fuentes is 0-2 with a 10.0 ERA, a 1.80 WHIP, 8 innings, 4 strikeouts, 14 hits, 3 home runs served, and 1 walk allowed. Backing up Fuentes in the bottom of the first inning, leading off and playing right field, it's Ronald Acuna Jr. 9 home runs, 18 RBI, 4 stolen bases, batting .350. Batting second, playing first, Matt Olson. 15 home runs, 52 RBI, a .262 average. Batting third, playing third, Austin Riley. 12 home runs, 42 RBI, 2 stolen bases, batting .275. Batting cleanup, the designated hitter, Marcell Ozuna. 11 home runs, 40 RBI, a .240 average. Batting fifth and in left field, it's Jurickson Profar. He's 3 for 15 on the year with a .200 average. Batting sixth, playing second, Ozzie Albies. 6 home runs, 28 RBI, 7 stolen bases, batting .224. Sean Murphy is batting seventh and behind home plate. He's got 11 home runs, 27 RBI, a .224 average. Batting eighth, patrolling center field for your Atlanta Braves, against a left-hander once again, it's Michael Harris II. He's batting .213, 6 home runs, 43 RBI, 11 stolen bases. And batting ninth, your shortstop, Nick Allen. 15 RBI, 6 stolen bases, batting .243. Calling balls and strikes behind home plate tonight, it's Alex Tossi. Your first base umpire, Ron Culpa. Second base will be manned by Corey Blazer. And down the third base line, it's Derek Thomas. Game time temperatures here in Truist Park tonight at first pitch are expected to be about 85 degrees, with the wind blowing out to left at around 7 miles an hour. Your Atlanta Braves are minus 122 on the money line. The over-under is 9.5. Our pick to click tonight, we'll go with Jurickson Profar. Why not? He's 4 for 8 lifetime versus Kikuchi. Of course, we don't know if that was pre-needle or post-needle. We'll take him to click. He has 2 RBIs as well. Other guys of note in the lineup tonight with good numbers is Ronald Acuna Jr., who's 2 for 3 lifetime with the home run. Matt Olson is batting just .217, but in 23 at-bats, he does have 2 home runs. Riley's 2 for 3. Ozuna's 1 for 2. Ozzie Albies, 1 for 3 and a homer. Sean Murphy's 1 for 10. Harris 1 for 2, and Allen is 1 for 1 to wrap that up. Keys to the game tonight, obviously the Angels have never seen Didier Fuentes. The rookie is toeing the bump in his first start at home here at Truist Park. Now, he's had a couple of rough outings to start his career, but that's to be expected from the rookie. He's got good stuff. He's got swing and miss stuff. But the first 2 times we have seen him, his location's been all over the place. The key to winning this game tonight, A, is for the offense to do something. I mean anything. My God, we've been shut out 7 times this year, and 3 at home. They've got to score some runs to give this young man a fighting chance. Fuentes has got to keep the ball down and realize the Los Angeles Angels have hit the 4th most home runs in Major League Baseball. We kept him in the yard last night, but the offense didn't do diddly. We'll take your Atlanta Braves to win this one. If they're going to win, they're going to have to score some runs. Give me the Braves to win it 8-6. And if we're going to get the wins and get those runs up, we're probably going to have to get Kikuchi out of the game early. He comes in with the .279 ERA. He's 3-6, which tells you that he hasn't gotten run support in his starts. Maybe that continues. But the guy has given up 11 home runs in 96 innings. Not terrible in today's numbers, but he's definitely not elite about keeping the ball in the park. So maybe the Braves can get into a couple, get into that bullpen, get him out of the damn game by the 5th inning. If you're wondering about tonight's home plate umpire, Alex Tossi, he's about middle of the road when it comes to ERA against his calls. So don't expect a wide strike zone, but by the numbers, you wouldn't necessarily expect him to be pinching the zone either. He has about a 1-for-1 on strikeout calls, meaning there's not a high boost when he's behind the plate at .97. His walk boost is a little lower at .90. This may play into Fuentes maybe getting a couple of calls here and there that'll help him out, but the Braves are going to have to be aware of that on the offensive side. And all the other numbers with Tossi behind the plate, it's right about there. It's a tad high on batting average, but not by a lot, and just a little bit below on slug. But that can also, at this point in the season, could have something to do with who he was calling games behind the plate. So nothing jumps out as far as him having a high strikeout rate or walk rate. It's going to be up to Fuentes to deal, establish the zone early, because a rookie is always fighting an uphill climb when he gets on the bump, especially when the first 2 games are rocky, because those guys behind the plate are very aware. Put your click in the chat, slap that like, and let's get ready, Braves Country. We'd like to thank everybody for choosing Braves Country Radio, and a special thanks to all the country club members. Please like on your way in and subscribe, set those alerts, and share Braves Country Radio to help build the crowd so we can continue to bring you the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Well, it's about that time. Grab you a cold one. Find you an armchair. Atlanta Braves Baseball right here on Braves Country Radio. Your modern-day superstation is in its 5th season of bringing you pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves and our one-of-a-kind production. Take us anywhere you go for over 170 Atlanta Braves ball games. Please like and subscribe today. Join the Country Club. Thank you to all the Country Club members. You help support Braves Country Radio.
Get this bus moving. Stop. Come back. Too late.
Roll call! Yeah, roll call!
You're in Braves Country.
Good evening, Braves Country. Jerks and Profar Day here at Truist Park. First time we'll have seen him play a home game. Good evening to the Country Club members first. We got DHDH, PETA, Justin Hightower, Neil Pearson. I see John and Uncle Charlie Fritz, B.A. Baracus, Tree Nut, Gary the Real McCoy, George Rogers, Daniel Berry, Mr. Freedom, Mark Ricky Ricardo, Justin Green Machine, Jen J, Jason Up and Adams. We've got Joyce Robledo down in Mexico, Tyler Benson, Charlie Elrod, Nathaniel Brooks, and Edward is Spry. See if we've got any other Pushing Buttons Country Club member. Good to see you. See if I missed any other Stargazer. Good to see you. Who else do we have here in the club? I think I got all the Country Club members. If I missed one, jump into the chat. Now we'll go through the other folks here in the chat. We got George and Birdwell. Getting the cue that I'm running out of time. I'm going to try to see if I squeeze any others in here. Jameson, Cameron. Truth Mission. CC, Corey Casey. Braden, Willis. That looks to be just about it. If I miss anybody, jump in the chat. We got to take a quick break as we're up on time. We'll be back in a flash for Pitch by Pitch. There's Todd, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. Jerkson Profar, my man Nathaniel Brooks. I think we got you, but just in case. We'll be back in a flash. KJ, good to see you. We got a jam. Justin Green Machine. I thought I got you, but I guess I didn't. And JC. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. America's patriotic light lager, all natural ingredients. Stand tall, be proud. The perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. America's patriotic light lager, offering a crisp, clean, bold taste. Perfect beer to celebrate life, liberty, and your pursuit of the American dream. A beer with only 110 calories that tastes like a full-flavored beer and celebrates like freedom. Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you Pitch by Pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Join the Country Club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the Country Club today. It helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Hey, Braves Country, Mac McGee here for American Rebel Beer. From the mountains to the prairies to your pint glass with white foam, we're bringing back beer with a backbone. All that matters in our brew is taste and a touch of American excellence. American Rebel Beer, born in the USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt our program of dance music to bring you a special bulletin from the radio news.
Sit quietly and we will control all that you see and hear. There is nothing wrong. You are about to participate in a great adventure. You are about to experience the awe and mystery.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension, a dimension of sound, a dimension of sight, a dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both things and ideas. You've just crossed over into
Adventures in Time and Space.
We offer you
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
Hi, folks. Join us now for another Braves ball game. Yes, sir. This is the one we've been waiting for. This is it. This makes you feel like it's spring and baseball, no more measles, and free tickets to the circus.
You're in Braves Country.
This is a reminder, disorderly conduct will not be tolerated. Please respect your fellow fan and refrain from any unruly behavior. Failure to comply with these guidelines will result in ejection.
Let's get it, y'all. It's already been a good day so far, minus the Schwellenbach news. Mets and Phillies lost the first half of their doubleheader, and right now it's Brewers and Mets are scoreless in the top of the first, and the Phillies are leading the Padres in the bottom of the fourth 2-1. Jerkson Profar runs onto the field in his red shoes, red sleeve, under the white uni that the Braves are rocking tonight. White top to bottom. Braves across the chest in red, outlined in navy. Navy ball cap, red bill, white A representing the city of Atlanta. Numerals on the back are in red, outlined in navy. The names are in navy on the back. And Braves across the chest in red, outlined in navy, along with the tomahawk underneath. It's striped with gold. And we have piping down the middle of the jersey and on the sides of the pants, once again red and outlined in navy. Angels are wearing their road uniforms tonight. Red ball caps with the Angel logo on the front. Red jerseys, gray pants. Numerals in the back in red, outlined in white. Names in white on the back. We are just about set for pitch-by-pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves. And as soon as we get that 3D in action, we will put it on your screen. Sometimes it takes a little jostling and get it to going, so we don't want to make it. Nope, we're having issues with it again. So we'll have to wait for it to come aboard. Sometimes they have an issue starting early. And yes, sir, it is baseball time in Braves country. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball up top, swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. Nato, the batter. The 0-1. Kicks and fires, 95 miles an hour. Right there in the top shelf. 0-2. There we go. 0-2 count. Braves infield back into the left. Playing Nato to pull. Outfield straight away. The 0-2. Try to get him to chase that sweeper down and away. 1-2. What you'll see from Didier Fuentes tonight is the four-seam fastball 60% of the time, sweeper 24, curve 16, and the split is a show me at 1% of the time. The 98-mile-an-hour fastball just missed off the plate, 2-2. Really close pitch. He's got that ball flying out of his hand tonight. Looks a little more comfortable. The 2-2 count. Swing and a miss. Strike three. 97 miles an hour right there on the outer edge. One away. Good pitch. Good start by Didier Fuentes. And that'll bring Shanuel to the plate. Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch on the way is a strike on the inner cut to Nolan, batting .273. It's 0-1. 7 home runs on the year. The 0-1. 97 inside. Might have got the call if we were set up inside, but he missed his spot. 1-1 count. 97 off the plate. 2-1. Braves nothing, Angels nothing. The 2-1 pitch. 97 off the plate, 3-1. The 3-1 from Fuentes. Nowhere near the zone, ball 4. So a 5-pitch walk for Didier, and they got 1 on, 1 out. Looking at the defense for your Atlanta Braves, Jurickson Profar in left, Harrison center, Acuna in right. Around the horn stays the same of Riley to Allen to Ozzie to Olsen. And Sean Murphy, the Smurf, is behind the plate. First pitch on the way is a sweeper on the inner track. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. 96. Hit the zone, but once again, Murph was set up inside, and the throw missed to the outside. So though it hit the zone, he wasn't set up. And that a lot of times won't get you the call. 1-1 count. 96 up top. Just misses. 2-1. Two-one count. Fuentes looks in, brings it. 97, throws it right down the first base side. It's Murph trying to get the runner behind at first base. He's back in, and they call that another ball, 3-1. He's getting pinched, but once again, he's not hitting Murph's glove. And you're going to get that, especially when you're a youngster. It's just touching the outer edge of the zone, but that's not good enough to get the call to 3-1. Swing and a miss at the sweeper, 3-2. Fuentes looking to try to get out of this jam, keep it 0-0 as Mike Trout has a full count with the runner at first, 13 home runs, 31 RBI, a 790 OPS. Infield back into the left. The payoff. Fastball caught looking, strike 3. Got him. He got caught watching the paint dry. Mike Trout didn't like it, but that time, once again, he missed his spot, but that ball hit almost all of the zone. Looking at the track, 4 of those pitches in that at bat hit at least some part of the strike zone. So he's not getting the call. Only 1 was called for a strike, and that was that last one. First pitch on the way, 98 miles an hour, P at the knees to Taylor Ward. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty, kicks and fires. Sweeper, smacks the inner track. It's 0-2. Fuentes, 1 strike away from getting out of this after a 1-out walk, 1 on, 2 out. The infield back into the left. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses high, 1-2. 97 mile an hour fastball. They were trying to paint the top of the zone, but didn't get the call. One-two count. Down and away, sweeper in the dirt. Good block by Smurf. Evens up the count at 2-2. So 1 on, 2 out. The 2-2 count. Fuentes lifts his red glove, looks into Smurf. Turns around and flips it over to first. While he does that, we'll go ahead and clean the screen up for you. Two count. Didier looks in, his 21st pitch of the inning. Swing, rips it up the middle, and that's going to be a seeing eye single for a base hit. Right between the 4-6 hole to the left of the second base bag. Went out and got a 97 mile an hour fastball. Had to reach on the outer edge, but was fast enough to pull that 97 mile an hour fastball. If the defense was playing a normal positioning, Allen probably gets to that, but he was far left of that spotting of the ball. So now Joe Odell comes to the plate, 2 on, 2 out. The first pitch. Sweeper down and away. Did he go around? He did not. It's 1-0. Fuentes, pitch count becoming an issue. He's at 22 here in the first. The 1-0. Fastball. Smacks the outer black. It's 1-1. 1-1 count. Fuentes comes set, looks and fires. Swing! Fouls it back. Straight back to the backstop. Just missed that one. You got a 1-2 count. Fuentes is realistically a four-seamer sweeper curve guy. That split is just to show me where does he go here. The 1-2. Fastball swung on, fouled straight back. We'll do it again. We'll hit your out-of-town scoreboard here in a second when the dust settles. There were some games earlier today, quite a few because of the rainouts the night before, and a couple that were already scheduled. The 1-2 count. Comes set, deals. Sweeper down and away, evens up the count 2-2. So now deuces are wild here in the top of the first. 2 on, 2 out, a 2-2 count. Fuentes looks into Smurf. Comes set. Spins it. Down and away. Ball 3. The ball gets away. And now runners move up 90 feet. And a single would score 2. That'll go as a wild pitch. It hit Smurf's glove, but that should be a wild pitch. That was a wild throw. Hit the very tip of his glove as he tried to reach for it. The payoff pitch. Swing, rips it into center, and that's down for a base hit. Here comes the throw into the infield. And, man, that was odd. It's 2-0 Los Angeles. Harris grabbed the ball, and from a throw from center field, he kind of, there's no other word for it, he half-assed it. The ball was hit right to him. The runner was just approaching the third base bag, and he just kind of lofted it into the infield. That is the third time we have seen that from Harris this past week and a half, where he's just kind of mailing it in. If he doesn't want to play, get him off the stage. 2-0 your score. I don't know if he gets him, but you got to at least send him. You got to at least send the throw. First pitch on the way is 97 up top. It's 1-0. If he had already passed third base and he was heading home by the time he got the ball, I get it. No need to risk the base. That was just a lazy defensive play. The 1-0. Swing, pops it back, foul, 1-1. He did it twice in the Philadelphia game on Friday night. When the game was out of hand, you could tell he was just kind of ho-hum mailing it in. And he did it one other time last week. The 1-1. Sweeper off the edge, 2-1. That's the one thing he's supposed to be here for. To play good defense. Because you're not there for your bat, my man. 2-1 count. Righty. Soler digs in the pitch. Did he go around? Said he did. 2-2. So once again, Fuentes 1 out away from getting out of the jam. He's at 32 pitches. Little surprising that Kranitz didn't go up there and talk to him. The 2-2 swing lifted high into center field. We'll see if Harris wants to make an effort for this. He does, and that'll end the inning. Could have been worse, could have been better. Braves trail 2-0. We go to the bottom of the first. Acuna grabs the bat.
Why was the snowman smiling?
Is it here? I don't know.
Because he saw the snowblower coming down the street.
Yeah, that's 5 losses in a row. We suck so bad that people are showing up to the practice facility because a fake post was made that they were having tryouts to the general public. And people are showing up with their helmets and their cleats to the facility because they think they can make a difference. That's how bad we suck right now.
Hey, honey, what do you think of this dress?
Oh, it looks great.
So you hate it?
No, I said that it looks great.
But it was your tone.
My tone?
It's like you weren't really invested in the dress. It's fine. I'm going to change. How about this one?
You look fantastic.
Too much.
What?
Overreaction.
No, but
just please be honest with me.
You look awesome in all these dresses.
This one.
The sleeves look a little loose, I guess.
They are made that way.
Wait, no, you said to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, I have no idea what to do.
I'm just going to text pictures to Michelle and ask her because she knows what she's talking about and she'll be honest.
They say that during sex you burn off as many calories as running 8 miles. But who the hell runs 8 miles in 30 seconds?
That's true.
He comes up, he pitches pretty well.
Mad dog, yeah, baby.
And then in 87, he's in the rotation. He's on the team coming out of spring training, and he really struggles.
Greg Maddux in trouble again. Strawberry hits it high and deep to left. A 3-run home run for Darryl Strawberry, and the Mets now lead it 7-0.
He got sent down to the minor leagues, came back up and struggled even more.
It seems like the world is falling in on Maddux. Everything he does is wrong at this point.
There's some question now. This is real failure.
You really need the respect of your teammates. I wasn't pitching good enough to get any respect from them, but I was able to do something that, maybe I got a little bit of respect from my teammates.
Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today. You say Kikuchi comes on to the bump with a 3-6 record, 2.79 ERA. He rarely gets run support. He's already gotten it tonight. By the way, I think I failed to mention Bummer was warming up in the pen already, so they're going to be quick to go get him, I guess, tonight. First pitch on the way is a strike right there to Acuna. It's 0-1. I mean, the injuries that the Braves have gotten in the pitching staff is the 0-1, sizzled back foul, it's 0-2. It's kind of forcing the hand of Anthopoulos. If he wants to try to make some kind of a small run before you hit the All-Star break, he's got to go out and get some kind of veteran to eat some innings. The 0-2 count, outside wide 1-2. You can't continue to send Fuentes out there to just get butchered because of his inexperience. The 1-2, swing, chops it towards the hole, but Nato's got it. He'll fire it to first. A wide throw, and it'll be an infield single for Ronald Acuna Jr. and your Atlanta Braves. Good hustle on the play by Acuna. Kind of a dangerous throw by Nato.
Bravo.
He barely got it, pirouetted in center field, threw the ball. And thankfully,
Bravo.
John Well was able to not grab the ball. It was so wide of the bag that as Acuna ran through it, he was about 2 steps through the bag. If he doesn't make an effort for that ball, it's going to hit him in the face. And now see what this is about. This is towards the shortstop, Nato. There's a trainer coming out for the Angels, and they're going to take a look at, I believe that's the interim manager, Ray Montgomery, out there with the trainer. And they're taking a look at Nato, and I think it's seeing if he's all right after he did that long pirouette. He made the throw. They're showing the replay on the Los Angeles vision, but I don't see anything because he kind of fades out of the picture on that replay, so it's kind of hard to see, but he shook everybody off. Seems like he's all right. It was almost like Montgomery saw something. He's telling his teammates, I'm fine, I'm fine. So I don't know what they thought. I don't know if they thought he pulled something in his arm or maybe his leg as he was doing the spin. But once again, when he got that ball, he should have just put it in his pocket because he was never going to get Acuna going down the line. So here we go, lefty-lefty matchup. Matt Olson, the batter, first pitch on the way. Slider inside, it's 1-0. Olson with not great numbers against Kikuchi lifetime, but he does have 2 home runs. The 1-0, swing, fouls it away, 1-1. I believe it was somewhere in the neighborhood of 4 for 23 lifetime, with 2 home runs. 1-1 count. The infield back into the right, playing Olsen to pull. They set up outside. Here's the pitch. Swing! That ball's ripped into the right center field gap. Cutting it off is Soler, but Acuna's going to go first to third, and we've got runners on the corners and nobody out. Let's get it, Braves country!
This is not watered down. This is Ice House. Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
So runners on the corners and nobody out. You know what the experts are saying right now? Already Profar's made a difference in the lineup. Lefty-righty matchup. Austin Riley stands in. First pitch. Saws it off foul. It's 0-1. Riley's been moved up to the number 3 spot tonight. Ozuna 4 and Profar 5. I'll be honest with you, if they're going to sit Profar down in the lineup, but I'd really prefer him to be number 2, I'd rather see him behind Riley or in front of Riley. The 0-1 misses high, 1-1. Mainly because if he gets on, Ozuna, if he's in front of Profar, he's kind of clogging up the base paths. So 1-1 count. Lefty-righty brings it. Swing, fouls it back. 1-2. Riley 2 for 3 lifetime versus Kikuchi. The 1-2. Inside 2-2. Brian Soler's most famous for the home run in the Game 6 of the World Series. Kind of put the stamp on the World Series championship in Game 6 that sealed the deal. It was an absolute blast that really broke open the game. 2-2 count. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase 1 down around his sandals. 1 away. Bad swing by Riley. So, once again, runners on the corners, 1 out. Marcell Ozuna stands in. Kikuchi looks into d'Arnaud. Brings it. First pitch. Slider at the knees. It's 0-1. You'd love to at least just cut this lead in half. Get a fly ball, anything to get Acuna home. Braves were shut up for the 7th time last night, the 3rd at home. The 0-1. Down and in. 1-1. The funniest part about that, I probably should have included it with the pregame coverage, was that last night, right after the game, I'm listening to their postgame coming off the television, and one of their in-studio guys for the Braves is the 1-1. Swing, sizzles it foul down the right field line, but plenty foul. It's 1-2. He makes the comment, and just like this, he said, this is the 7th time the Braves have been shut out in 2025, but only the 3rd time at home. And I'm like, only? What are we talking about? Only. 1-2 count. We've had seasons where we've gone 1, maybe 2 shutouts the entire season. The 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. Good take by Ozuna. Acuna is standing at 3rd. Olsen at 1st. 2 on, 1 out. When you've got a good starter on the mound like this, and you got him on the ropes, this is where you got to make him pay. The 2-2 in the dirt, 3-2. Standing on deck is Jurickson Profar. And you can imagine the Boo Birds are going to come out for Profar. I think they'll let it go after the first at bat, but a lot of fans are talking about booing him. The payoff pitch, swing, chops it foul, we'll do it again. I'd say you're going to get a little bit of half and half, cheers and boos. The payoff pitch, Kikuchi looks into d'Arnaud, brings it. Down and away, ball forced. That is going to load the bases. The bases are loaded. Ducks all over the pond. Jurickson Profar coming to the plate. They're going to have a quick mound visit with Kikuchi. He's at 19 pitches. Would this not be dramatic? Can you imagine? The roof would come off this place if Jurickson Profar came through with the bases juiced his first time back. He's known as a stronger left-handed hitter, but nonetheless, he had 24 home runs last year. And he's getting a little mix of the boos and the cheers from the Braves crowd. First pitch on the way is a slider up top. Looked like it missed the zone, but didn't get a good call there. It's 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup. The 0-1. Swing. Check swing. Right in on his hands. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. Profar batting .200 on this season. Of course, he just had a few games. Lifetime, he's a .341 average with 4 grand slams with the bases juiced in 91 at-bats. 0-2 count. Profar digging in. You know the rust is there. The pitch, swing, good job to stay alive. We'll do it again. With his speed, he'll be a touch difficult to turn to, but you do have a couple of slow runners. Olsen at second and Ozuna at first. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Chased a four-seam fastball well off the plate. 2 down. Well, can't expect the moon and the stars and the guy's coming off an 80-game suspension. You know the rust is going to be there. I'm sure he'll tell you he shouldn't have swung at that. And Kikuchi wasn't even hitting his spot. d'Arnaud was set up inside. So it's up to Ozzie Albies now. Lefty-righty matchup. The first pitch of the Wiz is a slider off the edge. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Ozzie batting .224. A .616 OPS. 6 home runs. Does have 5 career grand slams. The 1-0. Slices it foul down the right field side. So that'll even up the count at one apiece. The infield back into the left. Outfield fairly deep, but straight away. The 1-1. They set up high. Swing and a miss. Blew a 96-mile-an-hour fastball right by him. It's 1-2. Seeing a lot of these Braves creators that are talking about wanting to trade for this guy on the mound right now. The Angels just signed him to a 3-year contract. Kikuchi steps off the bump for a second. He was in Toronto before being traded at the deadline last season. He's had a pretty good career. The 1-2. Misses high and out of the zone. Ball 2, 2-2. Yusei Kikuchi. How would you finish that? I say Kakachi? Yusei. Let's call the whole thing off. A 2-2 count. Bases loaded, 2 outs. The pitch. Swing. And that ball is just foul. Under the glove of Rengifo at third base. I mean, just a hair foul. Taking another look at it. Man, did that hit the bag? It hit the bag. No, I guess it just missed it. It took such a flat bounce that I thought it possibly hit the bag, but it just, for whatever reason, hit a dead spot in the dirt and flattened out. The way it hit, it looked like it had actually hit the bag. The 2-2. Swing, pops it up. That'll end the inning. So the Braves load the bases once again and get nothing out of it. We'll be back in a flash. Top of the second we go. Trailing 2-0.
Mom, what's the vibe for tomorrow?
What do you mean, what's the vibe for tomorrow?
Except people are coming over, like, what are we doing?
My family's coming over, your cousins, and we're going to have cocktails and
So we're
appetizers.
drinking?
We're drinking?
Are we like drinking, or?
What does that mean?
Like, I don't want to drink unless we're blacking out.
Oh, my God.
Reardon delivers. There's a fly ball, deep left center field, right looking up. He did it! He did it! Bob Horner has become the 11th player in baseball history to hit 4 homers in one game.
I get to Anaheim, I know nobody, and I sit in my locker, and I'm just kind of like hoping somebody would notice me. Tommy Lasorda is the manager. He goes over the pitching lineup, and I don't even think there's a chance I pitch. And then he tells me I'm pitching second. So now I'm completely nervous. Rick Russell starting, Wade Boggs, Bo Jackson, number 1 and number 2 hitters. I'm trying to get to the bullpen, and no one will take me there. Veterans are like, hey, we want to watch the first inning, because back then starters go 3 innings, right? 2 minimum. So I'm sitting in a dugout. Rick Russell's getting beat up. Tommy Lasorda gets on the bullpen phone, and he says, hey, get Smoltzy up. And I'm right here. And he's like, kid, what are you doing? And I said, I have no idea how to get to the bullpen. He goes, how many pitches is it going to take you? I said, literally 7. It's 7 pitches. I'm in my first All-Star game. I forgot everything anybody told me. I get first and third, 1 out, Bo Jackson up. I'd already seen him hit one 440 feet, and I'm just trying to get a double play ball. 2-hopper. To Ozzie Smith, to Ryan Sandberg, he beats it out. Like the loss, Nolan Ryan, the oldest pitcher ever to get the win. I was the youngest pitcher to ever get the loss.
Ruth, here's your contract, 2 years. That's to be agreed upon. Will you finally sign it?
Yes, sir, Colonel.
In 1930, just months after the stock market crashed, Babe Ruth signed a 2-year contract that paid him $80,000 a season, more money than any player had ever been paid in the history of the game. When a reporter asked him whether it was unseemly in the midst of the Depression to be getting a bigger salary than President Herbert Hoover, he answered, why not? I had a better year than he did.
Welcome back. Travis d'Arnaud comes to the plate, and he gets a standing ovation from the crowd. Gets a hug from Sean Murphy, his old teammate that I'm sure many hours spent together. They give him a big round of applause. That's always good to see. And now you're the enemy. First pitch on the way. Swing, rattles it foul into the third base dugout. It's 0-1. The 0-1. I'm anxious to see if going to L.A. Changed his alfalfa that he always had. Did he get a L.A. stylist to fix that for him? The 0-1. Splitter at the knees. Only the second splitter he's thrown tonight. It's 0-2. So an 0-2. I don't see the alfalfa look. They must have a different shaped helmet. The pitch. Sweeper misses outside wide. 1-2. Travis d'Arnaud batting .218 on the year. The 1-2. Swing, fouls it straight back. He's got 4 home runs, 12 RBI, and a OPS of 640. The 1-2 count. Swing, fouls it back. Do it again. Braves nothing, Angels 2, top of the second. 1-2, swing, fouls it back. Do it again. The kid Mizorowski of the Brewers, he is getting pounded by the Mets. It's 5-0 in the second. The 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. And he's been lights out for those of y'all who haven't followed him. 2-2 count. Swing and a miss. One away. Didier spun that sweeper off the edge, and Travis gave it a chase. Fuentes with 3 strikeouts now. You can see it. He's got electric stuff, but he's just so raw. Just being pushed into action at 20 years old. First pitch on the way is a fastball right there. On the outer edge, it's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. 95 out of the zone. 1-1. 1-1 count. Rengifo, 233 on the year. The curveball is in the dirt, bounces to the backstop. He's been all over the place tonight. The pitches he's missing with tend to miss well out of the zone. The 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. That's a nasty sweeper right there. That thing had like wiffle ball action on it. You'll see that, and then you'll see 2 pitches in a row where he's nowhere near the plate. The 2-2. Just missed. Splitter at the knees, did not get the call. Looked like it hit the zone. It hit the bottom of the zone. The payoff pitch, chop foul, do it again. You'd love to see a bounce back inning from Fuentes here. The payoff, swing, chops it off the plate. Just enough to stay alive, we'll do it again. The 3-2, down and in. Did he go around? He did. Strikeout number 4. First pitch to Moore, misses for a ball. It's 1-0. The next one, following up with that with a sweeper well outside and in the dirt. Ball 2, 2-0. 2-0 count. Four-seamer off the plate, 3-0. Braves trail 2-0. The 3-0 from Fuentes. Nowhere near the zone, ball 4. And the issue with that is you got to get that number 9 hitter with 2 outs so you don't see the top of the order in this inning. But instead it'll flip over the lineup, and Zach Nato will come to the plate. See if he's showing any ill effects of when they checked on him earlier. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch. Splitter in the dirt. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Fuentes comes set. Turns around and flips it over to first. That was a close play. Good tag by Olsen. I'd like to see the back end of that play because Olsen's not calling for anything, so I guess he got underneath it, but it was close. It's a good pickoff move by Didier. 1-0. Sweeper misses well of the zone. Ball 2-0. Fuentes, 55 pitches already. We're just in the second inning. They're not going to let him go much longer. This is essentially going to become a bullpen game. The 2-0. 94. Doesn't get the call there either. 3-0. Chenwell is standing on deck. He has one of the 2 hits by the Angels. The 3-0. Swing, pops it up. Can of corn. Who wants it? Allen. He'll make the catch, and that'll end the inning. F6 in your scorecard. Whew, we got out of that one. Let's grab the bats and make a difference, Braves country.
Hey, you're talking to my guy all wrong. It's wrong tone. Do it again. I'll stab you in the face with a soldering iron.
I think I just had the most awkward interaction I've ever had in my life. I didn't realize that most women wear a Yankee hat for the aesthetic and aren't actually fans. I was trying to talk to this woman. I was like, they're looking great. And she was like, this is the best they've looked in years. And I was like, I know, I've been watching them. And she goes, excuse me? And I was like, yeah, I've been a lifelong fan. I used to fantasize about playing with them as a kid. And then she slapped me in the face and told me to go to hell. So from now on, I think I'm just going to say, go Yankees.
You really need the respect of your teammates. I wasn't pitching good enough to get any respect from them, but I was able to do something that, maybe I got a little bit of respect from my teammates.
Well, Greg Maddux was pitching that day, and he'd been told before the game that if he doesn't win, he's going back to the minor leagues.
I remember Eric Shaw was pitching and hit Andre right in the face.
Whoa! Hit by a pitch ball. Oh, boy, look at Dawson.
Hawk was our main guy. I remember him laying right there on home plate, kind of knocked out, and then he came to and, spit a bunch of blood on the plate, and then he started looking for Eric Shaw.
Now he's looking for Shaw. He's looking for Shaw.
It was a pretty good brawl.
Here's good suction hitting Shaw. They're trying to keep him away. Look at this. Andres going into the dugout after him.
What'll be interesting is when Greg Maddux goes out, what he will do.
They can kick him out of the ball game now.
And it's a dilemma because it's a 4-2 game. He has not qualified for the win.
And I said, hey, here's what you're doing. You're going to go get 3 outs. You're going to get the win. And then in the 6th inning, you do whatever you want. And he looked at me. No. He goes, I'm hitting the first guy. I said, if you don't go get 3 outs, they're going to send you to the minor leagues. And with tears in his eyes, he said, I don't care if I ever get another win.
Welcome back. Charlie says Fuentes reminds him of Steve Avery. I was about to say, man, they're basically doppelgangers, man. He's a dead ringer. What the hell are you talking about, Charlie? Sean Murphy will come to the plate. Speaking of Smurf, he reminds me so much of Hank Aaron. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way is a curveball up top. It's 0-1. Now, look, the bad news was we didn't score, but we did push him to 29 pitches in that first inning. If they don't go out here and start hacking at every pitch, the 0-1 swung on, fouled straight back. It's 0-2. And run some pitch count up this inning, then all's not lost because you're talking about at that point working towards getting Kikuchi out of the game. You can put another 15, 20 pitches on Kikuchi in this inning, you'd be working towards getting him out. The 0-2 fouls it straight back. We'll do it again. The 0-2 count. In the dirt, 1-2. Braves nothing, Angels 2, bottom of the second. The 1-2 from Kikuchi. Swing, fouls it back. We'll do it again. Nothing else. Sean's making him work a little bit. It'll be Murphy, Harris, and Allen in this inning. So if nothing else, you are going to clear the number 9 hitter. But you'd like to see him meet some pitches. The 1-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Chase one well down and off the plate. One away. Harris comes to the plate and gives Darnold a little bit of a kind of a mini hug. Darnold's probably saying, man, what the hell happened to you? I leave the state and everything goes to crap. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball. It's 1-0. I was just thinking about it's unreal the injuries that we have gotten to the starting pitching rotation. The 1-0, outside wide, 2-0. Last year we couldn't keep any of the everyday players healthy. This year it's the pitching. 2-0 count. Lefty-lefty matchup. Here's the pitch. Good slider at the knees. 2-1. The 2-1. Swing, rips it over to second. A one-hopper. Almost ate up the second baseman Moore over there, but he'll flip it to first, 2 away. 4-3 on your putout. Hard hit ball, but just right into the teeth of the defense. Two up, 2 down. Good to see you, Retro. First pitch on the way to Nick Allen is a four-seam fastball. That's pitch-out territory. It's 1-0. Right down Broadway for a slider. Just over the knees, 1-1. The 1-1. Swing! Hammered over to third. Hard hit ball. Great play by Rengifo. He'll fire it to first, and it's a 5-3 putout. That ball was absolutely smoked. You keep hitting them hard like that, we'll find the base hits. We'll be back in a flash.
I'm kind of like the total package that got effed up during shipping and handling.
Hey, Braves Country, I'm Mac McGee. Join us for Pitch by Pitch, Play by Play, the classic call of Braves Country baseball. We're bringing you Atlanta Braves baseball all year long. Jump into our pregame show, Braves Country Today, just before first pitch. Stick around for the postgame show, Braves Country Tonight, where we will open up the phone lines and react to your calls or your comments all year long. That's Braves Country Radio, pitch by pitch, play by play, your home for the classic call of Braves Country baseball.
I saw an ad the other day that said, you too can look like Dolly Parton for only $500. Boy, I wish I'd have seen that ad before I dished out the millions it cost me to look like Dolly Parton.
It costs a lot of money to bring the real world champion on location. When last year I spent more money on spilt liquor in bars from one side of this world to the other than you made. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun. Woo!
Despite the Depression, baseball was still big in New York, where Babe Ruth still dominated the game and filled the headlines. He was the idol of every schoolboy, the delight of every sports writer. Drinking and eating too much, cheerfully lighting up the half-smoked cigars he found on the men's room floor. doing his best to ignore the younger sluggers who were now overtaking him, including his seemingly invincible teammate, Lou Gehrig.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Fuentes is a sweeper at the knees. It's 0-1. The 0-1 swung on, chopped foul. Back behind home plate, it's 0-2. Braves trail 2-0. Top of the third inning. The 0-2. 95 misses well outside, 1-2. One-two count, swing, hits it up the middle, and that's going to be in between second and short. And it's a leadoff single for the Angels. Harris once again was kind of lollygagging over there to get the ball and kind of nonchalantly picked up the ball, and the runner took a wide turn. I'm telling you, Harris is broken mentally. He didn't used to do that. First pitch on the way is a strike to Mike Trout. It's 0-1. The 0-1, righty-righty. 95 right down the pipe. It's 0-2. They're not paying much attention to it on the Braves cast, but over on the Angels, they've shown it a couple of times, pointing out. I can't hear what they're saying, but I'm sure the term half-ass has been used. First pitch on the way off of that. 0-2 misses inside, 1-2. The 1-2 count. Trout 0 for 1 on the day. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Struck out Trout for the second time. First time was looking. Big strikeout there by Fuentes. Strikeout number 5, out number 1. He's sitting at 65 pitches. First pitch on the way to Taylor Ward is a sweeper down and away. 1-0. Ward singled up the middle on a fastball just off the plate. He somehow got around and dragged it up the middle. Fuentes turns and flips it to first. Back in well enough time. We'll go ahead and flip the screen to give you an idea of what's going on the base paths. They're showing those AL and NL jerseys for the All-Star break, for All-Star game. I don't think it's what they're going to wear. I think they're wearing it for the Home Run Derby and the hats, and they are just god-awful. There's a good company man sitting there trying to push that nonsense. The 2-0. Sweeper inside. Grabs the inner cut. 2-1. 2-1 count. If you caught someone wearing that out on the street, those jerseys, you would assume that they picked it up on some kind of discount mart that didn't have Major League Baseball licensing. 2-1 grabs the outer edge. 2-2. The 2-2. Down and away. 3-2. So a full count now. Runner at first. Got to get him here. Here's the pitch. Swing, rips it into center, and it's going to get down in front of Harris. Harris flips it into the infield, and they've got runners on first and second and 1 out. 2 on and 1 out. Murphy's going to go out there and talk to Fuentes now. It's probably just to buy time on what they got cooking in the bullpen. You got to figure he's going to be given the chance to face Adele. After that, it's anybody's guess how much longer he's got in this game. Home plate umpire Alex Tossi going out there and breaking it up. Two on, 1 out. Fuentes just 1 out in here, 2 into the 3rd inning. He's got 71 pitches. Joe Adele, the batter, first pitch swinging, hammers it deep into center field. Going back on the track, making the catch at the wall. Harris turns and fires it into the infield, and they'll have runners on the corners with 2 outs. Hard hit ball. Ward had to retreat back to first. He went halfway, but Shinwell tagged up. So now you got runners on the corners, 2 outs, and Jorge Soler coming to the plate. Righty-righty matchup. The first pitch. Fastball, 95, inner track. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing! Fouls it back, 96 miles an hour. It's 0-2. We've seen him get ahead. Can he put this fire out? He's got 5 strikeouts on the night. An 0-2 count on Soler. They've been going to the sweep quite a bit on this, the 0-2. Swing! Fouls it away. Murph was looking for that sweeper to be off the edge. Instead, he hung it in the middle of the zone. Aaron Bummer is warming up in the bullpen. He's the only one that I've seen with any movement yet. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Just got out of that inning. Bullet dodge. Let's go to the bottom of the 3rd. Top of the order due up for those Atlanta Braves.
Hey, don't tell me to make myself at home if you get mad when I cuss your kids out and tell them to sit their bad ass down somewhere.
Most people know the name Billy Martin from the Pine Tar incident in 1983, but not too many people know that it wasn't the first time he called out another team for breaking the rules. On April 25th, 1981, the Oakland A's are visiting the Seattle Kingdome to face off against the Seattle Mariners when Martin senses something is off. He thinks the batter's box looks a little bigger than normal and asks the umpire to break out the ruler and measure it. The verdict? It measured 7 feet, not the customary 6 feet. If you're wondering, the extra foot was in the direction of the mound. After the game, the Mariners groundskeeper admits he was expanding the box under orders from Seattle manager Maury Wills. As a result, Wills was suspended for 2 games and fined $500. His reasoning was he wanted players to stay in the box, but Martin suspects he does it to gain an advantage over his pitching staff, who throws a large number of breaking balls. It couldn't have helped too much because during Wills' time with the Mariners, they go 26 and 56. A little over a week after the incident, the new owner of the Mariners fires Wills on May 6, 1981. Now you know about the batter's box game.
I mean, what am I supposed to do? Go to college, grad school, work?
Gehrig had become the best hitter in the American League, driving in runs at a faster clip than Ruth, but he still had to settle for second billing. The 2 men were growing increasingly distant, and now Gehrig became obsessed with setting a record no one could ever match. Since May of 1925, he had not missed a single game, and despite aches, sprains, and fevers, he determined never to take himself out of the lineup. "Why don't you take a rest?" someone asked him. "There's no point to it. I like to play baseball, and if I were to sit on the bench, the worry and fretting would take too much out of me."
You're listening to Braves Country Radio. Please like and subscribe today, youtube.com/@BravesCountry. Ronald Acuna Jr. Steps to the plate. 1-for-1 with an infield single. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Swing. Fouls back the curveball. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Outside wide. 1-1. Four-seam fastball way out of the zone. One count. Kicks and fires. 95 misses. Ball 2-2-1. Braves trail 2-0. But if you're just joining us, it could be a lot worse. The Braves have been flirting with disaster. Ducks all over the pond. Could be better too, as well as the 2-1s right there on the outer edge, 2-2. Braves had the bases loaded with 1 out in the bottom of the first inning, could not cash in. Runners on the corners, no outs before that. The 2-2, 94 off the edge, full count. Home plate umpire Alex Tossi, he's definitely calling a pretty tight zone. That was off the plate, but a lot of umps will give him the nod. The payoff, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him with the slider. 1 down. So 1 away, and that'll bring Matt Olson to the plate. Olson, swing, pops it up. Looks like it'll bend back behind home plate. It's 0-1. Infield back into the right, playing Olson a pull. The 0-1, high and out of the zone. 1-1. One count, lefty matchup. The pitch down below the knees. 2-1. Yusei Kikuchi signed a 3-year deal with the Angels this season. $63 million deal that'll take him through. Is the 2-1 pitch. Swing, hammers it towards right, and once again another ball will get past Jorge Soler. Olson will round first, head to second. Almost an exact replica of what we saw last night, and it's a 1-out double for the Ice House. Last night, the base hit.
This is not watered down. This is Ice House.
Ice House. Smooth as it gets.
Last night the ball was smoked past Soler by Harris. He ended up on third. Olson will have to settle for 2. Austin Riley, your batter. First pitch. Swing. Sizzles it back foul, 95 miles an hour. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Swing! Hammers it back foul once again. It's 0-2. We'll pull the screen back in case there's a kind of movement on the base paths. Braves trail by 2-0, bottom of the third. Still early, just getting going here. Game 2 of a 3-game set with the Angels. The 0-2. Kikuchi looks back, brings it. In the dirt, changeup, 1-2. That's the pitch that he chased his last time up when he was struck out swinging. This time he was able to lay off. The 1-2. Swing, fouls it away. trying to jam him up top. You got to figure Travis Darr knows how to pitch these guys. That's the biggest disadvantage we have in this game tonight, other than the fact we've got a rookie on the mound. But he knows how to pitch these guys. So it's going to be a tough go this whole game with Darno back behind the plate. Coochie steps off the bump for a second. He's at 56 pitches in his own right, so he's well north of where he wants to be. The 1-2. Down and in slider, 2-2. Two count. Brings it. Swing, chops it foul. Change up. That one was a little too close to the zone to take. Good job by Riley to stay alive. The 2-2. Swing, hits it hard on the ground to short. That'll chase Olsen back to the second base bag. He'll flip it over to first. Nato with the good play, 2 down. Hard hit ball, but right at the shortstop. So Olsen still stands at second. There are 2 outs. Marcell Ozuna, the batter. First pitch on the way. 96 off the plate. It's 1-0. You got to figure with everything that's transpired, Ozuna's going to be on his way out at the deadline, the 1-0. Up top, first strike, 1-1. That's assuming they can get something for him. If they can't get a starting pitcher, which is what they really need if they want to compete at all this year, because you could always put Murphy and Baldwin back and forth in the DH position. The 1-1 inside, 2-1. Might have hit the zone, but Darno was set up on the outside, and that ball came sizzling into the inside. No way you're going to get that call. Very reminiscent of some of the pitches we've seen from Fuentes. 2-1 count. Steps off the bump once again. Chases back Matt Olson. 2 outs. The pitch. Outside wide, 3-1. You just wonder if there's that interest that used to be there for Ozuna. He hit 4 home runs in May, 2 in June. He has not hit a home run for the Atlanta Braves since way back on June 13th. The 3-1, foul back, full count. It was a home run against the Colorado Rockies. Before that one, it had been 2 weeks. It was June 1st. So if you dial it out, he's about due for another one. I mean, he's gone about 15 days, 15 games per home run. The payoff pitch, outside wide, ball 4. So he'll head on down to first. Now, he has been getting on base quite a bit with the walk, and you like that, but it just seems like it's a power outage, and I believe it's got 100% to do with his injury that he says is not affecting him. Jurickson Profar will now come up, his second at bat of the night. Second at bat at Truist Park with the Braves jersey on. Struck out swinging with the bases loaded his first time up. First pitch on the way, swing! That ball's lifted high and deep into left field, going back on the track, making the catch at the wall for a loud out number 3. Man, Profar gave that a ride. You know, if he would have taken just a little more supplements, he probably gets that thing out of the stadium. We'll be back in a flash.
My pronouns are USA.
Who exactly started telling people that what birthday parties looked like in the 80s?
First of all, we didn't have birthday parties in the 80s. We were lucky if our parents remembered our birthday. Growing up in Gen X, you had at least one birthday that your parents just completely forgot. Once in a while, there'd be a kid in your class who was having his birthday party at McDonald's. Your whole class was invited. Like, even the kid that eats glue that nobody likes got to come. We did not have the same McDonald's that kids have today. We had a slide that was the temperature of Satan's ass and this burger prison. And the floor was all these little rocks that would get in your shoe and like stab your foot. There was no point in taking it out because they were gonna get right back in there. You always had one stupid kid in your class that would just pick up like a handful of rocks and like zing them at your face. Nobody cared. Our parents weren't watching. It was anarchy out there. When it was time to eat, we would sit down and get our Happy Meals, and they'd be placed like right next to ashtrays because our moms just chain smoked Virginia Slims the whole time we were there. Number one best part of a McDonald's birthday in the 80s, unlimited orange drink. And if you were the kid that had that party, your status symbol in that elementary school went whoop.
My family and other families in the South, religious families, would not allow us to play on Sunday. We had to go to church on Sunday, not play baseball. But they would have Saturday games at these churches out in the fields, and the whole community would turn out to see him play.
It was the era of dress up. It was that era. See, the men have on ties, hats. The ladies had on their fine dresses. In our baseball, a Sunday baseball, in our faith, Methodist, Baptist, or whatnot, 11 o'clock service on Sunday. But when the Monarchs in town or when the East-West game was on, they started church at 10 o'clock. So they could get out an hour earlier so they could come to the ball game. So they got on their finery coming from church. They came straight to the ball game, looking pretty. Yes, we loved it.
Welcome back. Don't think we were able to get to these earlier because we're in the middle of the pregame, but thank you for your contribution to the channel, Jason Up and Adams. 5 country club memberships gifted out. First pitch on the way from Didier was a strike. The second one was followed up with a strike. It's 0-2. The 0-2. Swing, fouls it back. Do it again. I think I might have to switch this thing up. This looks like they've lost. I don't know what the heck was going on there. Nothing but ghosts out there on the field. The 0-2 count. Swing. Hammers it over to third. High, wide throw over to first by Riley. They're going to say that ball went foul. Just foul. We'll go back to it 0-2. Feel like there's a conspiracy out here. The video's messing up while Darnold is at bat. See if this straightens it out. The 0-2, down and away, 1-2. 1-2 count. Now they've lost it for some reason. The 1-2. Misses, 2-2. 2-2 count. Swing, fouls it back. And do it again. And try to close it and bring it back up. The 2-2. Swing. Dribbles it over to short. Allen's got it. Fires it to first. 1 down. And Country Club, thank you for the support, Peter. See if we can get this screen back. It's very strange. First pitch on the way is four-seamer inside. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 1-0. All right, it's back. Not sure what happened there. The 1-0. Inside. 2-0. Very strange. Wasn't doing it on the other device that we have hooked up to, but it was doing it on the mothership that you can see here. And we go in and out 3 or 4 times trying to get it. As the 1-1 lifted into center field, coming over making the catch is Harris, 2 down. You'd think it would just all be one stream. So 2 down. Fuentes goes back to work. The first pitch on the way. 98 down and away. It's 1-0. Fuentes, if he could get out of this inning, I'd take that as a win, to be honest with you. The 1-0. Down and away, 2-0. And he's most likely not going to face the order a third time through. They may try to inch it with Nato, but I can't imagine they go much further than that, the 2-0. Nowhere near the zone, ball 3. He did this to the number 9 hitter his first time up. He can't find the zone against the worst hitter on the team. You're just asking for trouble when you do that. The 3-0, 95 at the knees, good pitch there. 3-1. Really want to see this kid succeed. He's got to hit his spots. The 3-1. Ball 4, pitch down and away, did not chase. And that'll walk another. And that's going to be it. I was right. They weren't going to let him see the order a third time through. We'll be back in a flash. I haven't seen it in a while. I'm assuming it's Bummer, but they may have warmed somebody else up. We'll be back here in Braves country. Honestly, not a terrible outing by the kid.
Did you know that 40% of men have faced a mental health issue in the past year? That means 60% of you haven't been married yet.
Michael.
And after we had a few beers, we came up with the shower buddy.
The shower buddy? I'm sorry, that name's not official yet.
No, he's wrong. It is official.
I wanted the shower daddy.
Shower daddy is worse on pretty much every level, so. Yeah.
I have to agree. Better than having some strange dude in the shower with you.
Yeah, it's not some strange dude. As I've said many, many times, it's your buddy.
Well, why would your buddy be in the shower with you?
Why would your dad?
And guess what? If my man want a steak at 3 o'clock in the morning, guess what I'm going to do at 3 o'clock in the morning? Knock his ass the out. Get your ass up. Who the want to eat steak at 3 a.m. anyways? You sitting right here trying to have clogged arteries so you can pass away so I can raise these kids by myself? I don't think so. Y'all really do be acting like if a won't get up at 3 a.m. and fix a steak for her husband. Now it's different. If he's getting ready to go to work and you making him some lunch or something, never mind, because that's about to sound stupid as soon as I said it. Make that steak the night before and he can heat that up in his lunchbox.
So let me get this straight. China cannot own and operate an app in the United States. They can, however, own 384,000 acres of United States farmland. Got it.
The second half has been like a fountain of youth for me. I feel young. I feel great. It's fun to come to the ballpark again.
I remember the second half of that season. It was unbelievable. I mean, every night it was multiple hits. It wasn't a 1 for 4. I mean, it was multiple hits, a lot of games. But he just got locked in, and you could tell that he was on somewhat of a mission.
Boy, George really swinging a magic wand, didn't he?
Ended up having the second half of a lifetime and went from hitting 260 to hitting 329 and win a batting championship, which was incredible.
It's going to be one of the biggest thrills in my career. You know, in April and May, I struggled so bad, and to come back and finish the way I did is a tremendous thrill for me.
Anyway, apparently I have to get back to work. This is bull.
Welcome back. It will be Aaron Bummer coming on. Braves go to the bullpen here in the top of the 4th with 2 outs. First pitch on the way, swung on, hammered over to the left side. Riley from his knees guns it to second and gets the runner. Great play by Riley. Holy cow, we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. The Braves trail by only 2.
You're my boy, Blue! Blue, you're my boy!
What are you doing?
Hold that.
I'm not holding anything.
I'm just rearranging the flowers that you get me.
Most Americans don't realize the fight it took to secure our Bill of Rights.
Virginia Governor Patrick Henry, a staunch anti-federalist, opposed the Constitution, fearing it gave the federal government too much power over the states and lacked protections for individual liberties. To win over skeptics, James Madison promised to propose a Bill of Rights if the Constitution was ratified. Madison won. Undeterred, Henry then gerrymandered Madison's district to block him from being elected to the first Congress and persuaded Madison's protege James Monroe to run against him. Again, Madison triumphed and kept his promise, drafting a list of 20 amendments. He pared this down to 17 the House approved. The Senate reduced the list further to 12, which were sent to the states for ratification. December 15th, 10 of those amendments became part of the Constitution when Virginia became the 11th state to ratify them in 1791, our Bill of Rights. Remarkably, one of the 2 amendments that didn't pass at the time, on congressional pay, was finally ratified almost 200 years later, becoming the 27th Amendment in 1992. Who knew?
He won the batting title in 3 decades. 70s, the 80s, and the 90s. That isn't talked about that much, but I think that's one of the coolest things that he ever accomplished.
Even as his career neared its finish line, Brett was still a massive star whose appeal transcended the baseline. But even as he enjoyed his continued popularity, life for maybe baseball's most eligible bachelor was about to change.
All I know is my brother Ken played 12 years in the big leagues. Never got married when he was playing in the big leagues. And I saw the lifestyle he had, and I kind of liked that. And I just decided that I was gonna wait until I couldn't wait any longer, and that's when I met my wife.
Join the country club today. Help support Braves Country Radio. Join the country club today. First pitch on the way is to Ozzie Albies, a slider. He'll bang that down the left field line, and it's a leadoff single for your Atlanta Braves. Good piece of hitting. Good piece of hitting by Ozzie. Laced it down the line. Good job by Taylor Ward to keep it from turning into extra bases. He cut it off at the pass. So lefty-righty matchup now. Sean Murphy, the batter. The infield is back into the left. Big hole on the right side. First pitch. Swing and a miss. Chases a 94-mile-an-hour four-seamer high and out of the zone. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. Blew it right by him. 94-mile-an-hour fastball. 0-2. 0-2 count. Now you got to know they're going to try to get him to roll over on something. Trying to get that double play. They flip it over to first real quick. If you're an Ozzie and you're thinking about going, this is the pitch to go on. Other than a pitch out, you got to figure they're going to be throwing something soft to try to get Smurf to chase. The 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 1 away. Ozzie stayed put. And that'll bring Harris to the plate. Harris, his first time up, hit a hard one over to the right side, but right into the teeth of the defense. First pitch on the way is a four-seam fastball to Michael Harris II. It's 0-1. You know, I'd like to see him drag a bunt, do anything to get out of his funk. The 0-1. In the dirt, good take, 1-1. One count. Comes set. Brings it. Swing. Chops it over towards third, and it's going to be a 5-4-3 inning-ending, rally-killing double play. Got to send them down. That's all there is to it. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
Are you kidding? That's unfair. She made those. I need to calm down. Everything's fine. I'm an adult.
There is a lot of people who believe that Nolan Ryan is overrated. I'm here to tell you he's not. I'll prove it. He reached double digits in wins in 20 of his 27 seasons. As he got older, he got stronger. In the 7 seasons after he turned 40, he had a 3.33 ERA. In 8 different seasons, he had double digits in complete games. His 61 career shutouts rank 7th all time. For the people that say he didn't have a Cy Young, look back at his 1973 season. Although Palmer and Ryan had similar stats, Ryan also had 2 no-hitters that season and broke the record for the all-time strikeouts in a season. His strikeout record will never be broken, not only because of innings limits and pitch counts, but also because I don't see any pitcher pitching at a high level for 27 or more seasons. He holds the all-time record for lowest hits per 9. From 1973 to 1991, there were 300 games in which a pitcher went 9 or more innings and allowed 2 or fewer hits. Nolan Ryan accounted for 26 of them. Not only did he throw 7 no-hitters, he also had 12 one-hitters and 18 two-hitters. Randy Johnson wouldn't be able to break Nolan Ryan's strikeout record even if he played for another 4 years and averaged 200 strikeouts per season when he retired. At one point in his career, he threw a remarkable 235 pitches in a game that went 15 innings. He struck out twice as many as he walked. He averaged 103 walks per season, or 3.5 walks per game over his career. Over his career, hitters had a 204 batting average against him. Over that same time, the league average was 256. If you think Nolan Ryan is overrated, you just simply didn't follow his career.
I think timing is everything, and when we met, I think he was 37. I think he was ready to kind of settle down.
It was pretty apparent once Leslie came into George's life that he had found the one. But it was a change for George. At that stage, it was Leslie, and it wasn't George the bachelor.
When we decided to get married, we did it really, really quickly. And then I probably got pregnant within 4 or 5 months. If that's not going to change your life, I don't know what is.
My life has changed because my priorities have changed a little bit. But baseball still is very, very, very important in my life. My performance, the team's performance, still very important, but not as important as my family.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way from Aaron Bummer to start the inning. To Shanwell is right there for a strike on the outer edge. It's 0-1. Lefty-lefty matchup. The 0-1. Right there at the knees, did not get the call. 0-2. You ask and you shall receive, PETA. There's the wave emoji you've been looking for, the 1-1. Right there. 1 and 2. I don't know if you can make it out, but inside there's a baseball inside that wave. For all you country club numbers. The 2-1 count. Called for a low strike. We'll take it 2-2. The number 2, 3, and 4 hitters due up. Nolan is 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. Trout is due up next, and then Ward. So the heart of the order. The 2-2 misses wide, 3-2. Just cannot afford to walk the leadoff runner here. Not in the heart of the order. Got to buckle down, Bummer. The payoff pitch. Chops it over to second. Ozzy's got it. Flips it to first. And that'll start your inning with 1 out. I'm hoping y'all can make that out. It's a baseball inside a wave, but I don't know what you can see on your phone. It comes up very obvious on our computer screen. First pitch on the way to Trout is a sinker right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. We might have gotten that called because the last time Trout was up, he got kind of snitty with the with the home plate umpire, the 0-1, down and in, 1-1. Sometimes an umpire will give you one just to shut you up, and then he'll go back to calling a straight zone. 1-1 count. That curveball was nowhere near the plate. 2-1. We're going to get these calls, and Smurf's going to frame it. You got to be in the neighborhood. Trout 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. He has 13 home runs on the year. The 2-1 swing, rips it up the middle, but right at Allen. Allen's got it. Flips it to first. 2 up, 2 down to start the 5th. Two up, 2 down Didn't get a chance to listen to it live. I was busy today, but I noticed, and I asked a buddy of mine who's a big Red Sox fan about it, and he confirmed it as the first pitch on the way to Ward is a curveball at the knees. It's 0-1. So Reds were in Boston to face the Red Sox, and this is the 50th anniversary of the 75 World Series. The curveball's right there at the knees, 0-2. Obviously, it's not the same week or day or anything. They played it in October, but because of that, first half of the game, they did it kind of old school. As the 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. I'll try to finish that thought when we come back. Braves grab the bats, Nick Allen, and then the top of the order due up for the Bravos.
Y'all, I can't believe we used to print out MapQuest and be out here traveling like pirates.
Hey, y'all can't search his car without warrant, dude. No, that's dude. You can't search your. Hey, dude, they can't search your car without warrant. You tell them, dude. What? You, dude. Hey, y'all, if y'all need a warrant to search his car, dude, I'll let you have one, dude. I got a whole bunch of warrants, dude. Yeah, bet you didn't know that, dude. I was trying to help you, dude. You said you had a warrant? Yeah, dude, I got a whole bunch of warrants. Just run the plate. Yeah, y'all can borrow as many as you need, dude. Yeah.
Sir, can you show me some ID?
Yeah. My ID?
Yep.
No.
Show me your ID.
I got a gun. Yeah. No. I got a zip. I got to get out of here, dude.
Sir, step out of the vehicle.
I tried this one chilling that set my mouth on fire, and I had to drink a 2-liter of Mountain Dew.
Marvel or DC? What's your opinion?
Oh, it's the same damn thing. They are the same. Okay, here we go. Okay, here you go. You got Hyperion in Marvel, that's your Superman. All right, you got your Quicksilver, that's your Flash. All right, you got your Namor, that's your Aquaman. All right, now what's the girl that keeps getting her hair cut and everybody? You got Captain Marvel, that's your Wonder Woman. All right, and then you got your Moon Knight, and that's your Batman.
As I look back, remember now, my mother would make a ball out of a sock and put a rock inside of it, and you play with that. And as I got a little bit older, the guys, when they break a bat, we'd put tacks and nails in it and put tape on it, and we just make up a little team. And as I got a little bit old, all the towns and cities had baseball teams, factory teams, and or steel mill or furniture store, because that was basically the only thing that you could do was play baseball in the summertime.
First pitch to Nick Allen was right there for a strike. It's 0-1. Lefty-righty matchup. The 0-1. Check swing foul towards the dugout. It's 0-2. So what they were doing in that Red Sox game, paying a tribute to 1975, the only reason why I caught it was just gotten home and looked up at the TV and noticed that the score was in the corner as the 0-2, high and out of the zone, 1-2. And it wasn't like today's block letters that you see, the score bug as they call it. It was basically almost looked like someone had stenciled it in on the screen in the top left corner in yellow, the 1-2. Caught looking, strike 3. Curveball, got to swing the bat, Nick. 1 away. So it was laying over the screen, and it was in the corner, but it was very stenciled in. And I know that that's not how they typically did it in 1975. They usually took up the whole screen, and then it would just fade away. But they were trying to pay homage to it, so that's what they did. And I haven't listened to it yet, but I'm going to go back and listen to it sometime this week. But he said that they also, as the first pitch on the way to Ronald Acuna Jr., swung on it, fouled straight back. It's 0-1. Said that they also tried to do the ads, like radio ads too. So anyways, take it for what it's worth, but I'm interested in listening to it later. The 0-1 right there at the knees. 0-2. When it comes to the baseball nostalgia, you can just pretty much do about anything, and I'm going to tune in. The 0-2 count, lefty righty. Way high out of the zone, 1-2. Cunha 1 for 2, singled in the first. Struck out his last time up. He's trying to get aboard to get something going here, get this Braves offense kick-started. We do have 4 hits tonight. It's ahead of last night's pace, but they've yet to scratch across a run. The 1-2. Swing, chops it over to third. That'll be a 5-3 putout. 2 down. 2 down, and Matt Olson will come to the plate. Olson doubled to right his last time up. He's 2 for 2 with a single and a double. Lefty-lefty matchup. First pitch, right there at the knees, 95-mile-an-hour fastball. It's 0-1. Olson now batting .267. I mean, he's been on a tear. The 0-1, swing, chops it off the plate. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. I still say that they'd be better off with Olson batting third in this lineup, so that there's a much better chance that there's someone on base if you had Acuna and Profar batting in front of him instead of him coming up with the bases empty. The 0-2 count. Kikuchi comes set. Brings it. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. So 3 up, 3 down. Braves do absolutely nothing in the 5th. We go to the 6th, trailing by only 2.
Veganism is the sad result of a morally corrupt mind. Reconsider your life.
Hey, Braves Country, this is Mac McGee with Braves Country Radio. We are bringing you pitch by pitch, play-by-play of your Atlanta Braves all year long. Please like and subscribe today. It's free, and it helps us bring you more of the game we all love. Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball.
When I grow up, I want to work for a woke company.
When I grow up, I want to be hired based on what I look like rather than my skills.
I want to be judged.
I want to get promoted
based on my chromosomes. When I grow up, I want to be offended by my coworkers and walk around the office
on eggshells
and have my words policed
by HR.
Words like grandfather,
peanut gallery,
long time no see,
no can do.
When I grow up,
I want to be obsessed with emotional safety and do workplace sensitivity training all day long. When I grow up, I want to climb the corporate ladder
just by following the crowd.
I want to be a conformist. I want to weaponize my pronoun. Armchair.
So I was talking to my neighbor because I heard some commotion going on at his house. And I was like, what the hell is going on at your house? He said, girl, I had 2 girls fighting over my ass and I had to call the cops. I was like, damn. He said, yeah, I had to call the cops because the ugly one was winning.
One thing to learn as a parent is get you a swear sock. Every time they you off, you put a couple quarters in it. About the time you fill it up enough, you beat the out of them with it.
We would play ball in the afternoon, and down to the auditorium that night, we would all go down to here. Duke Ellington, that's Father, huh? The best in the world. We knew him. You know what I mean? Buddy, we ate together. This was actually an exciting era. Yeah.
We head to the top of the 6th. Aaron Bummer's back out there for another round. First pitch on the way is upstairs for a strike to Adele. It's 0-1. Joe Adele, 1 for 2 on the day. The 0-1 swing, chops it over to third. Hard hit, but Riley's there. 5-3 for out number 1. Talking about Matt Olson earlier, he hit .313 with an OPS of .937 for the month of June. First pitch on the way is a curveball right there for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Did he go around? He did not. 1-1. 1-1 count. Even with that, he still only hit 3 home runs in the month. The 1-1 bounces. 2-1. Two-one count. He did have 10 doubles in the month, though, with those 3 home runs. The 2-1 pitch, swing, fouls it back. 2-2. Jorge Soler, who's 0 for 2 on the night, a fly out, a strikeout. Standing on deck, you've got Travis d'Arnaud, and then Rengifo if anybody gets on. The 2-2. Caught, looking strike 3. Curveball, got him at the knees. 2 down. Aaron Bummer looking pretty sharp so far. Man, when he can get that curveball that he just threw to hit, that one that just snaps down there at the knees, he is a tough customer. First pitch to d'Arnaud is a curveball out there on the outer edge. It's on 1. Lefty-righty matchup. d'Arnaud 0 for 2 on the day, 4 home runs on the year. The 0-1 right there, sweeper on the outer edge. It's 0-2. (0-2) count. Aaron Bummer about to throw his 24th pitch. He's got his ERA underneath 3 at 2.94. Is the 0-2 swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the bender falling off the table, and that'll end the inning. Aaron Bummer dealing. Fuentes kept us in the game. Hello, Bats. Are you awake?
Hey, I don't know who needs to hear this, but if you owe me money saying I ain't forgot about you, it's not a form of payment.
Let's be realistic. It's about value.
Yeah, and your value is low.
Oh, wow. And how do you know that? You're not
because
sure
you're 5'4" and 200 pounds.
Okay.
And 37 years old with 2 kids. That's how I know. In Kentucky.
Okay. That's your opinion.
It's not my opinion.
You never seen my body before, so you just
I don't have to see your body. I know you're 5'4" and almost 200 pounds with 2 kids in Kentucky.
Armchair. Is this our vacation?
Yeah.
Oh. Are we trash?
Kinda.
Oh.
I was talking to this girl and she said, you know what, I call my the lotto because guys are lucky to hit it. And I turned around and looked at her, I said, I thought you called it that because you're always scratching it.
Great is baseball, the national tonic, the reviver of hope, the restorer of confidence. The Sporting News.
The idea of a baseball game on a sunny spring or summer day is the spontaneity of going. Let's go to the park, you say, at 2 o'clock when the game were played at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Let's go to the bleachers, and you go and you get a ticket and you sit down. You hadn't thought about it in the morning, but if you were free, say, for one reason or another. And it was the spontaneity of it. And sitting there in the sunshine and watching experts, good, skilled craftsmen, ply their trade.
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Philadelphia did hold on to beat San Diego, so they split their doubleheader. That's the bad news. The good news is Milwaukee is trying to put a dent into the Mets. They trailed 5-0. It's now 5-3, and Milwaukee's batting in the 6th with the runner in scoring position and 2 outs. Austin Riley will lead us off here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Lefty-righty matchup. First pitch on the way. Swing, chops it down the line. Foul into the third base dugout. Bounces off the railing. It's 0-1. The 0-1, swing and a miss, change up off the plate. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Kikuchi comes set. Darnold outside the pitch. In the dirt, 1-2. Kikuchi has settled down, and though he never gave up any runs, he had a high pitch count. Well, the Braves have bailed him out a little bit. He's at 87 pitches here in the sixth. If he has a tight inning, he could finish the sixth inning. You didn't see that coming 2 innings in, the 1-2. Grounder over to third should be an easy 5-3 put out. It's a bad throw up the line, but it looks like that he's going to tag out. Riley going by. Went away. Chenwell stuck his glove out there and almost got it taken off. It's a wide throw by Rengifo. Riley had no idea that throw was that far up the line, or he may have tried to slide around it. First pitch to Ozuna is a slider off the dish. It's 1-0. Kikuchi's whining about that call, but it was 3 inches off the plate. The 1-0. Outside wide, 2-0. He's trying to lobby for that one, too. I mean, he's off the plate. We've seen some bad umpires call those strikes, but neither one of those were even close to being a strike. 2-0 count. Of course, he doesn't have the benefit of the box. The pitch, swing and a miss, 2-1. The other night there was a broadcasting issue, and one of the games didn't have the box, and they were having to use different camera angle and everything. It's basically the old school angle that we used to have to watch baseball from is the 2-1. Hit on the ground, shortstop. Nato drops it, high throw to first, but he's got plenty of time with Ozuna running. 2 away, 6-3 on your scorecard. Anyways, it was a big reminder to how reliant we have become on that little box sitting on our screen. Because if you go back and watch like old games on the MLB network, like I'll watch the MLB channel, I guess is what they call it. Not the network. The network is the one that's live every day with stuff. First pitch on the way to Profar is outside wide for a ball. It's 1-0. But you really see it. You go, man, we'll sit here and nitpick an umpire left and right because he misses a call here and there. But it's because we're spoiled with the box. The 1-0. Down and in, 2-0. And the umpire can't see that box that we're looking at on TV. And the box is not exact. And I get that, but it's when they're like always missing a certain spot is where you get annoyed. The 2-0, swing and a miss slider, 2-1. Profar 0 for 2 on the day, a strikeout and a flyout. His last time up, that flyout, he put a charge into it, just got underneath it. 2-1 count. Swing, hits it hard down the third base line, but foul. Just foul, 2-2. If Profar can get on, Ozzie stands on deck. The 2-2. Swing, hits it hard through the hole, and that'll be a base hit. And how about that? Profar, pro good. We got a 2-out single. Let's get it, Braves country. Jerks and Profar. Keeps the inning going. All I know is the Braves got to change their celebration to when they get base hits. Because whatever it is, it doesn't work. You got to mix that up. Kikuchi's going to get a mound visit real quick as Ozzie Albies comes to the plate. His interpreter goes out there with him. We'll hit the out-of-town scoreboard while that's going on. Red Sox trail the Reds 5-4, second part of that quasi doubleheader. They suspended the first game last night, and they finished it up this afternoon. Boston won that one earlier, 5-3. Twins lead the Marlins 2-1. The Marlins are in the middle of an 8-game winning streak. The Pirates, a 6-game winning streak. And we stub our toe if we get 2 wins in a row. Make that make sense. Kikuchi will go back to work. Ozzie Albies the batter. First pitch on the way. High and out of the zone. It's 1-0. On deck is Sean Murphy. If Ozzie can keep the line going. Braves trail just 2-0. And we've got 3 more frames after this, but you'd like to put a dent into this lead. The 1-0. Swing. Chases one. Well off the plate. Pops it up, but it'll bend into the stands. Evening up the count. Tigers lead the Nationals 4-3 in our nation's capital. They're in the 8th inning. That's the second part of a doubleheader where the Tigers won going away in the first one, 11-2. Blue Jays lead the Yankees 8-7 in Toronto, Canada. In the 6th, the 1-1 swing. Hit up the middle. That's a worm burner. That's going to get through for a base hit. And Ozzie Albies. First and second and 2 outs, and we might have an injury. The Los Angeles Angels, I believe that was their second baseman, Christian Moore. He dove for the ball. He came up. He is now sitting straight up, but he's holding. I can't tell if it's his right or his left hand looking at the replay. I think it was his left hand that he might have turned because he took. Yeah, it's got to be his left hand, his glove hand, because he ripped the glove off. One of the trainers is looking at him. Ozzie and Profar with back-to-back singles, and Sean Murphy's going to be the batter. This might be the end for Kikuchi, too, because they have someone warming up in the bullpen. If it's a right-hander, you wonder if they'll go to Drake Baldwin or if they'll leave Smurf in because of what he did last week where he hit the grand slam when they went to a right-hander. Yeah, when he dove for the ball just past second base, you know how someone will make a dive and they kind of slide and it's graceful? He kind of thudded and stopped right there, and they keep holding on to his left wrist, his glove hand, like I had said before, and they're messing with the thumb. I'll be shocked if he stays in the game. It looks like he's in a lot of pain. Looks like Newman's going to come out, and that'll be it for Christian Moore. The other question we have is whether or not Kikuchi, who's at 100 pitches now, are they going to keep him in with the right-hander Sean Murphy due up? He appears he's going back to the mound, so if he's coming out of the game, they haven't told him. Moore is yet to come off the field, but Newman was. There he goes. All right, now he's coming off the field. I think he was trying to fight to stay in, but they don't want to make it worse if he is injured. So it'll be Newman, Kevin Newman, coming in to play over at second for the Halos. And it looks like we're getting a pitching change. That took a long time for the manager to make his decision, but he was probably buying time. They probably didn't have anybody ready. All right, we'll be back in a flash. The Braves. Runners on first and second, and 2 outs, and the bullpen doors swing wide open. On On this date, 1903, Ed Delahanty, who once hit 4 home runs in one game, goes over a Niagara Falls Railroad bridge and drowns. The circumstance of the Senator outfielder's death will remain a mystery, but rumors persist. He was kicked off a train by a conductor for being drunk and unruly. On this date in 1962, Johnny Padres ties a major league record, striking out 8 consecutive batters in Los Angeles' 5-1 victory over Philadelphia. The 29-year-old southpaw streak began with the 3rd out in the top of the 4th frame and ends after the 1st out in the 7th inning at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. And on this date, 1986, the Toronto Blue Jays score 3 runs in the 8th inning to beat the Boston Red Sox and Roger Clemens 4-2. The loss prevents the Rocket from getting a record-tying 15th consecutive winning decision. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Find us on YouTube and Facebook today. Welcome back. Ryan Zephyrhan coming on to face Sean Murphy, righty-righty matchup. 1st and 2nd, 2 outs. First pitch on the way. Swing! That ball is belted high and deep. Going back on the track. Am I having double vision? A 3-run shot. Zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-llama ding-dong.
Herbs, where are you? I must call an emergency meeting.
Oh, there he is.
Smurf is me. I'll be right there. Don't try to fool me.
A 406-foot shot into the left field seats, and your Atlanta Braves, just like that, have taken a 3-2 lead. Holy cow. First pitch on the way to Michael Harris. The second is swung on and lifted into center field. That's going to get down for a base hit. All right, Money Mike. A blooper, but we'll take it.
What they know about that?
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle-dazzle.
Nick Allen, your batter. First pitch on the way, 96, just misses. It's 1-0. So Zephyrhan has thrown 3 pitches. He's given up a 3-run shot, a bloop single, and now has missed with the ball. The Braves have taken the 3-2 lead. The 1-0. 96. Right there on the edge, 1-1. 1-1 count. Braves 3, Angels 2, bottom 6. The 1-1, down and away, 2-1. If nothing else, you're going to clear the number 9 hitter in this inning. But if we can keep the line going, Acuna stands on deck. 2-1 count. Turns and flips it over to first. Don't want to tick off all those haters up there, but this started with a single by Jerks and Profar. 2 out, 1 on, a 2-1 count. Pitch to Nick Allen. Runner goes. Here comes the throw to second. It's a bad throw, and Harris will be safe. He's well under the tag after it took a high bump. Now, a single could be a run. You were wondering if they were ever going to run on Darno. Remember, teams used to run on us all the time when we had Darno. The 3-1, outside wide ball 4. So in the end, it realistically didn't matter. You got runners on first and second, 2 outs, and Nick Allen chugs on down to first. And that'll bring Ronald Acuna Jr. to the plate. He could blow this sucker open with one swing. Righty-righty matchup. First pitch. Down and away. It's 1-0. Acuna, 1 for 3 with a single. They're going to go out there and talk to Zephyrhan real quick. Braves 3, Angels 2. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. Meanwhile, in Boston, the Red Sox are trying to stay close with the Reds. It's 5-4 in the 8th. The Reds are batting. First pitch to Acuna. Swing! Fouls it high and deep down the line. Gave it a rot. But plenty foul. It's 1-1. Speed on the base paths, speed at the plate. The 1-1. Outside wide, 97, 2-1. Two 2-1 count. Acuna 1 for 3 with a single. Could use one of those right here. That would definitely score Michael. The 2-1. Inside, 3-1. If he could just grab the inner part of that pitch and slam it down the left field line, Allen and Harris would run for days. The 3-1. Misses high, ball 4. We'll take it. And it's a bases loaded situation now for the Ice House as Acuna walks to send him to the plate.
Bravo.
Ducks all over the pond.
Bravo.
Righty-lefty matchup. First pitch. Misses outside. It's 1-0. Heck, we'll take a walk here, too. Anything to extend that lead. 3-2 your score. Bottom 6. Bases loaded. 2 outs. The pitch. Swing. That ball is belted high and deep. Going back on the track. Zip, boom, bam. It's gone. Ram-a-lam-a ding dong. A grand salami for the Ice House.
Blank Road Field. Smooth as it gets.
Ice House. Always smooth, never watered down.
We must win today.
Oh, baby! 7-2. Just like that, the Braves offense was nowhere with 2 outs. Jurickson Profar got a single, and the Braves have put a touchdown up. Is that all they were waiting for, was Profar to get a base hit? That ball barely got over the brick wall over there in right field, but it bounced up and stayed out. First pitch on the way to Riley is a swing and a miss at a strike. It's 0-1. Braves 7, Angels 2. The 0-1. Swing! That ball's hammered down the right field line. If it's fair, it's trouble. It's going to go off the wall. Get down where the green grass grows. Austin Riley is going to be on a long single. Think he lost it in the lights, he was telling Goodwin, but nonetheless, he keeps the line going. He was staring at it, and I think that's what everybody's going to get on to him about. I don't think he gets to second anyways. That ball came off the wall really quickly, and it was a good throw by Soler. He's not a great outfielder, but he still has a good arm. That's going to be it for Zephyrhan. Zephyrhan got Zephyr bombed. He came in, gave up a touchdown. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country. On this date in 1859, the first collegiate baseball game is played as Amherst defeats their arch rival Williams College 73-32. The contest, played under Massachusetts rules, a square field with no foul territory, takes place near the corner of North Street and Maplewood Avenue in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. On this date in 1902, en route to a 2-0 victory over Baltimore, left-hander Rube Waddell, playing in his first home game for Connie Mack's Philadelphia Athletics, faces the minimum 27 batters, striking out 13 in Oriole Park contest. Sixth frame, the 25-year-old Philadelphia southpaw becomes the first American League pitcher to toss an immaculate inning when he fans Billy Gilbert, Harry Howell, and Jack Cronin on 9 consecutive pitches. And on this date in 1920 at Fenway Park, Walter Big Train Johnson becomes the season's only no-hitter hurler, defeating the Red Sox 1-0. The 7th inning, Bucky Harris boots Harry Hooper's grounder for an error, ruining the Big Train's bid for a perfect game. But it's the Senators' second baseman 2-out single in the bottom of the frame that drives in the game's lone run. And that's your Braves Country Radio on this date in baseball history. Find us on YouTube and Facebook today. Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Marcelo Zuner is a sweeper right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. We might need to make a trade for that Zephyrhan and have him pitch batting practice to the Braves. Have him travel around with us. The 0-1. Swing, pops it up. And can of corn. That'll should end the inning. Nato's waiting for it to come down after it scratches the sky, and it will. But out for your Atlanta Braves, put 7 on the board. It's 7-2. We go to inning number 7, Braves Country.
I started drinking at 6 a.m. and we're here now. I don't know what time it is, but I'm rolling deep, and those cars are going real fast and real left, son. They're going fast and left. Yeah.
Think you can run this school? If you could, then I wouldn't be here, would I? No one talks in my meetings. No one! Mr. Zarella, you are now my new head football coach. Mr. Darnell will be your assistant. You know why you're being demoted, Mr. Darnell? Because I'm sick and tired of our football team getting pushed all over the field. Thank you, sit down. I want precision. I want a weight program. You've tried it your way for years. They've given me less than 1 year to turn this place around. Forget about the way it used to be. This is not a damn democracy. We are in a state of emergency, and my word is law.
So nothing bad happened?
You didn't wreck it? You didn't hit anybody? You didn't run anybody over? You didn't get a speeding ticket? Wait, why are you making that face?
For 3 seasons, even the mighty hitting of Lou Gehrig and Babe Ruth could not deny the American League championship to Connie Mack's still mightier Philadelphia Athletic. His newly constituted A's won back-to-back World Series in 1929 and 30, and the pennant in 1931. Mack's finest pitcher was Robert Moses Lefty Grove. He was a savage competitor who sometimes threw at his own teammates in batting practice. The A's hitters rivaled even the Yankees' murderer's row. But the most frightening hitter was first baseman Jimmy Fox, Double X, who hit 58 home runs one season, just 2 short of the record Babe Ruth had been sure would never be broken. He cut off his sleeves to display his massive bicep. Even his hair has muscles, a pitcher complained. Opposing players called him the Beast. Jimmy Fox wasn't scouted, a pitcher said. He was trapped.
Welcome back, and welcome back, Daysville Hernandez. Daysville, if you missed the pregame show, he was brought up today off his rehab stint. And he is set to pitch the 7th inning here. He'll face Rengifo, Newman, who's in for the injured Moore, and Zach Nato. Righty-lefty matchup. The 1-0, swing and a miss. 4-seam fastball right up there on the hands is 1-1. They just showed a clip on the Angels cast where I guess the 1-1, swing and a miss. Guess that first one that they called a ball was actually a strike. So that'll be strikeout number 1 for Hernandez. 1 away. They had it wrong on the screen for the Braves, and I'd lost the feed for a half second, so I was going by them. But nonetheless, 1 up, 1 down. Hernandez quickly back to work. First pitch on the way, 98, just misses. It's 1-0. The 1-0. Swing, fouls it away. 1-1. 1-1 count, and I am aware that they are very much behind on the 3D. There's nothing we can do about it. The 1-1 swing, fouls it away. It's 1-2. We restarted the screen at the break, and it hasn't picked up on it. So just have to go by what I'm telling you. The 1-2 count. Newman in for the injured Moore, who looked like he may have twisted his wrist. See if he ends up on the IL. The 1-2, swing, fouls it away. We'll do it again. Kevin Newman, a 198 hitter with 1 home run, 8 RBI. The 1-2, down and away. 2-2. So a 2-2 count. Welcome back to the Country Club, JC. The 2-2, swung on, chops it back out in front of the plate, and Smurf's going to smurf it up. Drops the ball, and Newman will make it to first. They may give him a single, but I would call it an E2. It's going to be a tough play, but Smurf normally makes that play. He should have made that play. That was not a very fast runner going down the line. He had about a step or so before he had to let go of it. 1 on, 1 out. Braves got to buckle down here. First pitch on the way is a slider well off the plate to Zach Nato. It's 1-0. The 1-0, 97, misses well inside, ball 2-0. 2-0 count. Nato 0 for 3. The strikeout, a pop out, the 2-0, well inside 3-0. So it looks like that hasn't changed with Daysbel Hernandez. He is wild as usual. You got a 3-0 count. 1 on, 1 out, the pitch. 96, called for a wide strike. We'll take it. 3-1. The 3-1. Swing, lifts it. High and deep into center field. If that's going back at the wall, making the running catch is Michael Harris II. 75% of the world is covered by water, the rest by Michael Harris. Good catch. He had to was on a dead run. Couldn't put on the brakes, so he slammed into the wall. And the runner retreats it back to first. That reminds me, there was a tweet put out, and this is when I tell y'all, or post, I guess now they call it. First pitch on the way to Shanwell is off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0. And when I tell people all the time that expected stats are fables, this is what I mean. This guy put out is the 1-0, 97, just misses off the plate, 2-0. They were talking about a catch that Eli White made on Sunday is the 2-0, four-seam fastball up top, 2-1. And it said this ball, and it was a good running catch. It was almost like what you saw from Michael just a second ago, but a little less difficult. And it said that ball by Eli is the 2-1 in the dirt, 3-1. Had just a 10% catch probability. It's the first ball under 50% of catch probability by StatCast this entire season for a Braves center fielder. I don't buy any of that. And you can find the post on X. But the 3-1 swing, slices it down the left field line, giving chase, making the running catches profar, and that'll end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. I'll finish that thought when we come back. But it was just an asinine post and a stat that's not real.
All right, I can't see you. Let me hear you. A 1, a 2, a 3. Me out to the ball game. Me out to the side. Find me something of Cracker Jack.
Welcome back. First pitch on the way to Jurickson Profar, who started the scoring quest in the 6th inning with the 2-out single. Takes the first pitch from the left side of the plate this time for a strike. It's 0-1. The 0-1 chops it foul, changeup. 0-2. So back to what I was talking about, the Eli White catch. So he's on a pretty solid run, and it's not a bad catch. That's not my point. He makes the catch on a solid run, but, basically a jog, a strong jog, catches the ball, taps the wall, and that's it. The 0-2, swing, fouls it away. The idea they're going to say that catch is 10% catch probability, and that is the only one lower than 50 for the Braves all year long, something's broken with that. The 0-2, chopped down the line foul. We'll do it again. I've seen Harris. You can pound Harris for sometime him not giving 100%. Sometimes he's in a bad slump at the plate, whatever. But when that ball hits flight and it's go time, the guy runs down some catches that other guys can't. The 0-2 swing, that ball's pounded high. If it's fair, it's gone. Deep into the night, zip, boom, bam, it's gone. Ram-a-lam-a ding-dong, pro far, pro good, baby. A 413-foot blast. And Jurickson Profar makes it 8-2. How about that? He caught that sucker and slapped it just to the left of the foul pole in right field. The Braves are the leadoff homer as Hunter Strickland fires a four-seam fastball up top for a strike to Ozzie Albies. It's 0-1. The 0-1. I guess we're still behind on this, so I'm going to see if y'all can see this now. It's probably about to hit it right there. Well, it didn't go with it. But trust me, it was just left to the right field foul pole. The 0-2 count. Swing. Bops it towards left field, coming in, making the running catch. On the run, Hunter Strickland for out number one. Braves lead it 8-2. I'm glad he got that home run off his back too, because see if we can get this screen straightened back up for y'all. I don't know what is going on with this, why it's so far behind. It's behind on all of them right now. It's got to be something in the stadium. First pitch on the way to Sean Murphy is swung on and banged foul. It's 0-1. The 0-1. Righty. Swing, chops it foul down the line. It's 0-2. So an 0-2 count. I believe that's caught it back up. The 0-2. Swing, chops it foul. We'll do it again. It's just a touch behind now. It's not nearly as bad as it was. Angels infield back into the left. Sean Murphy with a 3-run home run his last time up. The 0-2. Outside wide 1-2. Fuentes will not be in line for the victory, but I thought he did pretty well considering, look, it's kind of baptism by fire, and we're throwing that kid in the middle of this as the 1-2s, chop back foul. Do it again, 1-2. And now with the injury to Schwellenbach, where he's done for quite some time, we don't have Sale. We just got Strider back. I don't see Lopez coming back this year. They have not even said a peep about him. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. Sweeper. Strikeout. Out number 2. But all in all, I thought he did pretty darn well because he kept the Braves in it, even though you can tell he's just outmatched. on this level right now. At 20 years old, he's trying his best, but he doesn't have the command. He's falling behind in counts. When you fall behind in counts in the major leagues, you're going to be backed into a corner. First pitch on the way to Harris is a four-seam fastball. That ball's going to get slapped into right field, down for a base hit. And though it's 8-2 and there's 2 outs in the inning, that's not nothing.
What they know about that?
God bless you, Mike. Keep your game tight.
Never know. You know what I'm saying? I got a little razzle-dazzle.
Harris does not have to get the cover off the ball for the Braves to be successful offensively. He just has to quit being a dead spot in the batting order. Nick Allen, your batter, he takes a four-seam fastball there off the edge. It's 0-1. Good pitch there by Strickland. I'll always be a Hunter Strickland fan. A lot of folks don't remember this, but he got in a huge fist fight with Bryce Harper when he was with the Giants. The 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2. Him and Papelbon, they'll always have a special place in my heart. Anybody that gets in a fight with Harper on the mound like Strickland did, or chokes out Harper in the dugout like Papelbon does, they got to be good people. The 0-2, swing and a miss upstairs. Might have chased one, but that'll end the inning. Now for your Atlanta Braves, put another one on the board. Jurickson Profar, pro good. We lead it 8-2. Let's get it, Braves country!
Lou Gehrig once said, "The ball player who loses his head, who can't keep his cool, is worse than no ball player at all." The story of Tonap. Many scouts called him the next Babe Ruth because he was a two-way player with a 90-mile-per-hour fastball and the power to hit a ball north of 450 feet. He also had the size to match. He was a staggering 6'5", weighing in at 220 pounds, with a size 18 shoe, which is how he got the nickname Toe. Dropping out of middle school and never played a single high school baseball game. He played behind the local bar. His father would collect bottle caps out of the trash and pitch them to him, and he would hit them with the handle of a broomstick. He was discovered after a friend asked Tampa Bay Devil Ray scout to attend a Little League game. He was there mainly to watch and had no plans on scouting until he saw a 5'10", 140-pound 12-year-old hit 2 home runs and strike out 17 of the 21 batters he faced. Nash would work out for the Devil Rays developmental staff. He hammered 26 home runs after taking 25 pitches from each side of the plate. In 2000, the Devil Rays signed the 18-year-old Nash for just $30,000. After he returned home in the offseason, he would be charged with a crime that could land him 10 years in prison. Immediately, the Devil Rays dropped him. After he was given a suspended sentence and probation, he was signed by the Cincinnati Reds, where he would be given a second chance. Not long after joining the Reds, he got homesick, and the Reds sent him home. Once again, Nash found himself in legal trouble after a bar fight landed him in prison for the rest of his decade-long sentence. Would he have been Shohei Ohtani before there was a Shohei Ohtani?
If it was the happiest time in George Brett's life to that point, soon after he got married, the joy would be shaded when his father's health began to drastically deteriorate. It had been the most complicated relationship in his life, and it would stay that way through their final conversation before Jack Brett passed away.
He asked me that night, "How'd you do yesterday in your game? You got any hits?" And I said, "No, 0 for 4, but I hit a good 3 times. And he said, "That happens." You know, I think I popped up, struck out twice, hitting double play or something. But I didn't even tell him he's on his deathbed, and I lied to him.
For his entire career, George Brett's desire to prove himself to his father had been fundamentally connected to his drive for greatness. But even after his dad passed away, there were more mountains ahead.
Welcome back. Ronald Acuna Jr. has been voted into the National League team starting for the All-Star game. That news broke earlier tonight. First pitch on the way from Rafael Montero, who will come in with the 8-2 lead here in the 8th. It's 1-0. The 1-0 inside. Misses well inside, 2-0. You're wondering who is most likely to be at the All-Star game. The 2-0. Swing rips it up the middle. Mike Trout has his first base hit of the series. He's now 1 for 4 on the day. And the leadoff single for the Angels. Our 2 best shots of getting to the All-Star game are on the IL. The Schwellenbach and Sale were having phenomenal years, so that's obviously not going to happen. I don't expect anybody else unless first pitch on the way is 96 right there on the outer edge. It's 0-1. If Matt Olson keeps up this tear, he could get himself into the All-Star game as one of the guys off the bench, mainly because we're in Atlanta. The 0-1. Splitter in the dirt. 1-1. That would be my guess. 1-1 count. Pitch on the way. Splitter in the dirt. 2-1. Tim saying that it must be the Profar must have brought steroids to the game. You know what? I'm for it. I'm here for it. This offense has been so pitiful to watch. If they've got to take steroids, whatever. Let's do it. The 2-1 count. Slider grabs the edge. 2-2. I'm going to say it's because shortly after we put the wave emoji up here in the chat, the Braves came storming back. The 2-2. Swing, slices it foul. We'll do it again. Kind of like the famous saying, let them eat cake. Let them do roids. I don't care, man. We got to get some runs. It is brutal watching a 4-0 shutout that you lose. The 2-2 misses inside. 3-2. And with our pitching staff just falling like flies, we're going to have to score runs in the second half of this season. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Got him with the splitter, chasing. 1 down. You'd like to see Montero get out in front of the batters early in the count and then throw that splitter as well as he just threw that. You get to like a 1-2 or 2-2 count. You hate having him to wait on the 3-2 because if the guy spits on it, it's not in the zone. First pitch on the way, that splitter just grabbed the bottom edge. It's 0-1. Joe Adele at the plate, standing on deck, back-to-back Brave alumni, 2021 World Series champions, Jorge Soler and Travis d'Arnaud. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Splitter. It's 0-2. Of course, you got the first base coach, EY. He was a part of that team. And Kenley Jansen in the bullpen. He helped us get there by Austin Riley and Eddie Rosario scalding a couple of pitches off him late in the games in the NLCS. The 0-2's in the dirt, 1-2. The 1-2 count. Righty-righty matchup, the pitch. Swing, fouls it back. Austin, you're talking about Austin Riley. He will be due up in the next inning. 1-2. Down and away. 2-2. 2-2 count. Due up in the bottom of the 8th. You're going to have the top of the order for the Braves. The 2-2 swing. Hits it hard on the ground to Riley. Riley, 5, 4, 3. Inning-ending double play. Good defense by Riley to Ozzie to Olsen. Good pitch by Montero. We'll be back in a flash here on Braves Country.
I need you to be honest with me.
I am being honest with you, dude.
This is gonna go a lot easier if you're honest.
And I will, yeah, dude.
Yeah. What are you on right now?
Cloud 9. What? On Cloud 9?
No. What are you on right now? You
One.
gotta be honest.
I'm on one, dude. You know what I'm saying?
Stop. What are you on right now, man?
TikTok. What? Instagram. All of them. I'm on all of them.
I'm not talking about your ads. Drugs.
Sure, if you got some.
Armchair. What your favorite type of ice cream says about you. If your favorite type of ice cream is chocolate or vanilla, you're a classic person. You tend to keep to yourself. You do have a lot of friends though, and you're a pretty dope person. Now, if your favorite type of ice cream is pistachio, you either have a taste bud issue or you're 50. That's it. Now, chocolate chip cookie dough, you, my friend, are smart, immaculate, beautiful. Now, I don't know why, but when someone says their favorite ice cream is cotton candy, they're either 5 or they smell like the entire Bath and Body Works store. And if your favorite ice cream is coffee, you, my friend, have a coffee addiction. You should probably get that checked out.
Things change so fast in the United States. All of us had the experience, even by the time we're 40 often, of going back to the place where we grew up and finding everything changed. And something about baseball seems to tie us into that change, or to link us, to carry us across the decades and the times. As the new players come up and the old, formerly new players become old, there's a kind of continuity to it that we don't find in our neighborhoods, where the old factory is torn down, condominiums go up, and baseball, for all its changes, continues. 3 strikes are still an out.
Welcome back. First pitch, Ronald Acuna Jr. is chopped foul. Slider banged off the plate. It's 0-1. Righty-righty matchup. Strickland back out there for inning number 2. Hunter Strickland threw 21 pitches in that 7th inning. The 0-1. Slider on the inside track. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Acuna. Single, a walk, and a run. The 0-2. Swing, lifts it into center field, but a lazy fly ball. Catch is made by Adele. One away. One down. Mets lead the Brewers 6-3 there in the 8th. Any way you shake it, if the Braves win, they gain ground on one of them. First pitch on the way to Olsen is a 4-seam fastball just off the edge. It's 1-0. Matt Olsen 3 for 4 with a single, a double, a grand slam. I've seen stranger things, but he needs a triple for the cycle. For 1-0. Outside wide 2-0. If he gets a base hit here and it's in the gap, they've got to send him 3. Matt Olsen for the cycle. Who had that on their bingo card? 2-0 count. Swing, slaps it back foul, 2-1. Cubs lead the Guardians 5-3 in the 6th. Rangers blanking the Orioles 6-0. They're in the 7th. We'll see Baltimore on Friday. Astros and Rockies knotted at 2 in the 5th in Denver, Colorado, the 2-1. Down and in 3-1. Royals and Mariners, Seattle, Washington. Kansas City leads at 1-0 in the 1st. San Francisco Giants are in Phoenix, Arizona, taking on the Diamondbacks. It's 2-0, bottom of the 1st. White Sox will be at the Dodgers tonight in L.A. at 10:10. The 3-1. Fouls it off, 3-2. Full count to Olsen. One down here in the bottom of the 8th. The payoff pitch. Swing, lifts it. High into left center field. Coming in, making the grab is Taylor Ward. 2 down. So unless the Braves bat around here, or the bullpen crumbles, his bid for Matt Olsen's bid for the cycle will fall just a triple short. Austin Riley's 1 for 4 with the single in the 6th. First pitch. 4-seam fastball outside wide. 1-0. The 1-0, righty-righty. Strickland is 31st. Swing. Hammers it foul and out of play. 1-1. Same two teams back at it tomorrow night. We'll see if Bryce Elder can straighten up his woes of recently. Reds lead the Red Sox, by the way, 8-4 in the bottom of the ninth, so that's not quite going Braves Country's way. 1-1's a swing and a miss. It's 1-2. 1-2 count. Riley digs in with the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. So the Braves head to the top of the ninth with a 6-run lead. Let's slam the door. Don't give them any room.
In 1980, we were playing Philadelphia, and whoever won that game goes to the World Series. I go down to take batting practice, and Pete's on one knee, and he's leaning on his bat watching. And when I got through hitting, I walked out, and Pete goes, "Hey, Nolan, I wish you'd get that curveball of yours over just one time. Do you remember this?"
No. I didn't say Mr. Ryan?
No, you said Nolan. You said, "I wish you'd get that curveball over just one time." I go, "Yeah, why is that, Pete?" And he says, "Because I'm going to hit it right off your blanking forehead." And I go, "Oh, all right, we'll see about that." So, we get into the game, and first 2 times up, I don't throw him any curveballs. Third time up, throw him fastball in, throw him fastball away. It counts 1-1. I think, now's my chance. Well, I throw my curveball, and when it leaves my hand, I know it's a good pitch. It was a pitch I wanted to throw. But I see Pete's eyes light up, and he hits the most vicious line drive that would have hit me in the face if I hadn't got my glove up. And he's running to first base, pointing at me. And he comes across the mound, and he says a couple ugly things to me.
Right back to Ryan. Pete says, "All right."
The countdown for George Brett to the 3,000 mark.
And just as much desire to climb them.
I'm 4 hits away. We have a 4-game series in Anaheim. I go to the ballpark that day, and I'm trying to swing, and I can't. Tuesday, get there, taking dry swings. Not good enough. Get there Wednesday, taking some swings, hitting off a tee. I'm going, okay, if I can swing 80%, boom, yeah, feels good. Okay, Hal McRae, I can play.
It was insane. He was hurt. He was so hurt that he couldn't even put on his shoes that day. We didn't even know if he was going to start the game. And one of his brothers stayed in Palm Springs because George said, "I'm not going to play. And if I play, I'm going to do terrible."
Braves Country Radio, your home for the classic call of Braves Country Baseball. Welcome back. Dylan Dodd is coming on to try to slam the door here in the 9th inning. Braves lead by 6. First pitch on the way to Jorge Soler is a cutter down below the knees and inside. It's 1-0. See if we can clean up that screen for you. 1-0. Bam! Good night, Irene. That reminds me of 2021. Good Lord, did he slam that ball out of the building. Only thing's missing is a Braves jersey and him pounding his chest. It's 8-3. His 9th home run of the season. And Jorge Soler cooks Dodd on the second pitch of the outing. That thing was sitting right in his wheelhouse, 88 miles an hour, about belt high, and right into his swing path. That was one of those cutters that didn't cut. Woof. First pitch on the way to d'Arnaud is swung on and popped back out of play. It's 0-1. 448 feet later. Good Lord, did he hammer that pitch. First pitch, off that 0-1, misses outside, 1-1. 1-1 count. Kicks and fires. 94 right there on the outer edge, 1-2. Showing some guy who's got his hands in his face in his hands. He had to have lost some kind of prop bet. 1-2, down and in. You go around, he did, strike 3. Darno's double checking it, but he did ring him up. He'll head to the dugout, 1 down. I would be willing to bet he took either the adjusted line or the adjusted total of the Angels. But whatever happened, he lost some money. Whatever he did, he did it because his parents are surrounding him and they're kind of laughing at him for losing the bet. As the first pitch on the way is a 4-seam fastball to Rengifo. He'll give it a ride, but it'll be caught by Harris for out number 2. Harris dropped the ball, but not before he secured the catch. Now, I don't know how they knew to look over there, but the camera picked up on that really quickly. Two down. Swing, fouls it back. 0-1 to Newman, the number 9 hitter. You know, to heck with interviewing the players. I'd like to interview that kid at the end of the game, find out what he lost and what he did. Because he's making it out like he might have put rent money on that sucker. The 0-1. Swing, pops it up. Back foul out of play. It's 0-2. 0-2 count. Reminds me a programming note. The Armchair Quarterbacks prop bet and against the spread fantasy football show returns in August right here on Braves Country Radio. The 0-2. Swing, pops it up. Can of corn. Matt Olson underneath it. He'll secure the catch, and that'll end the game. That'll end the inning. Braves win. Braves win. Your Atlanta Braves win. Whiskey for my men, beer for my horses. The Braves get off the mat tonight to score 8 runs in an 8-3 shellacking of the Los Angeles Angels. And though we didn't get a great outing from Didier Fuentes, he kept the game where it needed to be for the Braves offense to have a chance and for the bullpen to keep the Angels right where they were at. The Braves bullpen, after Fuentes left with 2 outs in the 4th inning, they fired 4 1/3 shutout innings before Dodd gave up that meaningless home run in the 9th. Big picture, you would say that the players of the game would be the bullpen. They did a great job tonight, but we're going to give it to Matt Olson. He went 3 for 4. He has 4 RBIs. He was a triple shy of the cycle. Can't forget about Sean Murphy, 1 for 4 with a home run and 3 RBIs. And hey, Jerickson Profar got the whole thing started. He went 2 for 4 tonight. He scored 2 runs, hit a home run, and the Braves offense really feels like this could be a turning point. But I got to see several games in a row before I'm ready to make that statement. But this could, if we get off to a run, circle that inning. Circle the 6th inning against the Angels, where Profar got what looked like a meaningless base hit. Ozzie Albies got a meaningless single. They go to the bullpen to put the righty up against Sean Murphy, and twice in less than a week, he's faced the right-hander out of the bullpen when you could have went to Drake Baldwin at that point, and he has hit a game-defying home run. A 3-run shot tonight. Remember, it was a grand slam back in the Phillies series. All right, Braves country, we will get out of your hair. See you tomorrow night. See if we can win this sucker. The rubber match, 7:15, Bryce Elder. I think he's going to come out and shove tomorrow. I don't think we're going to see another bad outing. We'll see you then. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe.
There's something kind of about a kid that's never played baseball.
It is the American game. That's just what it is. And actually, I can feel like I'm 15 when I'm talking baseball. I'm watching baseball. This is it. It does this. It can do this to any. It brings you back.
Take me out to the ball.